god. Hello. Stream. I'm streaming, yay! I've been waiting to play this game for a while, and I want to play it now, so here we go. Let's play. Let's do normal mode and normal mode. Life has no real meaning. We exist just by chance, born to a planet that didn't want us to begin with. It's up to the best of humanity to give the world a purpose. People. Like me. I haven't played a Danganronpa game in so long, this is gonna be awesome. Those who shine brighter than the others, who have an influence in our greater society. Ultimates. We're known as Ultimates. Ultimate titles are awarded to exceptionally talented high school and college students. Doctors who can cure the incurable, engineers who build machines to improve millions of lives. The most influential politicians, the most creative architects. These are the people who deserve lifelong recognition, who define what it means to be a true ultimate.
I, Damon Maitsu, am the ultimate debater, a prodigy among prodigies.
Damon.
Someone who simply can't be outmatched. I hold on to my title dearly, because it defines me. It's who I am. It's what gives me my purpose. Among a sea of mediocrity, I am a shining example
Ego
of
much,
talent.
babe?
And now, there's a school worthy of me.
Bro has a huge ego, I feel like. To Mr. Diamond Maitsu, the ultimate debater. I already knew he was the ultimate debater before this game, so good. Congratulations! For your contributions as an ultimate, we cordially invite you to attend Eden's Garden Academy, a specialized college for academic-based talents. At our unique academy, you will not only develop a tighter grasp on your respective skill set, but you and the other ultimate students who receive this invitation will gain an ever-important proficiency at leadership, communication, and persuasion. In an age where anyone can be called the ultimate, we hope you will join us and assume your rightful place as the true face of talent. Please keep the contents of this invitation, as well as the attached registration materials, strictly confidential. The integrity of our program is built on the foundation of privacy. Eden's Garden Academy, an ultimate academy for true ultimates. It was built in partnership with the Ultimate Talent Program, a government institution that has awarded ultimate titles to people for almost the last century. You don't apply for the UTP's schools. They scout for their students, which is how I found myself receiving a letter from Eden's Garden Academy. It looks to be an amazing school. Immaculate architecture, incredible workspaces, and access to resources beyond anything I've ever seen. Everything about the school is perfect. It's truly worthy of being called ultimate. In my 18 years of living, I have accomplished more than most people could even dream of. Within this random and chaotic existence, it feels like I was destined to be great. After what seemed like hours of waiting, the train arrived before me. It wasn't as nice looking as I expected, at least not for a school of this caliber, but it was undeniably the one. With luggage in one hand and a pamphlet in the other, I boarded the train. This is the start of my new life, the start of an even greater career. For the first time in my life, I'll finally be among people as great as me. Something I'm wondering is, who's going to be the mascot of this game? Because, you know, Monokuma is the mascot of Danganronpa, but what about this game?
Huh?
Huh? What do you mean, huh, you cock?
Look!
Oh.
Someone else is here.
Who is the guy in the mask?
Huh? Someone else?
Hey, hey! Welcome to the Eden's Club! Well, it's more accurate to say Eden's Garden Academy's Club, but Eden's Club just has more of a ring to it, don't you think?
It's actually more accurate to say Eden's Gardens Academy Club. In front of me, spread out across the train carriage, was a group of strange-looking people. A girl with pink hair, some guy in a wolf costume. One guy in a weird beanie staring intensely at me. What the hell? Are these creepy people really attending the same academy as me? They don't look too weird, they're ultimates. Apathetic to my situation, the train continued from its halt. It looks like I'm stuck here for now. I guess I should find somewhere to sit.
Hey, you! New guy!
Who is that?
Over here!
Hello, can you hear me? I assumed I've caught the attention of one of the other passengers.
What now?
What do you want?
What if...
Cool, so, I was wondering something. Whatever it is, I'm sure you can ask an employee. I'm honestly not in the mood. Sure. Frowning and dropping his head, he walked away. Wow,
Howdy.
Excuse me, but you don't happen to know when the final stop is, do ya? Oh, a girl's voice, fuck. A girl's voice suddenly chimed in from behind me. Jeez, can people just leave me alone for 5 minutes?
No.
Not a clue, but you tried looking for it. The words got caught in my throat when I turned to look at her. This woman had to be twice my size. Is something wrong? Don't fret it, darling. I'll just see who else is around. With a small wave, she walked away. The people here just keep getting weirder and weirder. I really hope none of them are in my class. That's so mean. Not wanting to be bothered by any further, I quickly found myself asleep by the window. The situation was nothing like I expected, but at least the view from the train was nice. Mountains framed by a deep blue sky, crystal clear rivers that sparkled like jewels in the sunlight. It couldn't be a more radical departure from home. Scenery continued to pass, time flying by with it. The chatter from the others in the train eventually softened, leaving just me and the rolling mountains. Sniff. Nearby, a woman in professional attire turned her nose up to the air and started sniffing. After a moment, the expression on her face turned stone cold serious.
Something is wrong.
The air doesn't smell right. Is that Kyoko kind of thing?
Oi!
Oi! Huh, the air?
Heck.
Hey, I smell something too.
Excuse me.
Could you describe it? Kind of chemical-y. It's almost like it's coming from
What about
that bag over there. She pointed to a travel bag at the opposite end of the car.
Shoot.
Oh shoot, you mean this one right next to me?
Let me think.
I don't smell anything funky. Well, that's probably because of the helmet.
Pardon me.
Is that your bag?
Not a chance.
Nope, it was already here when I got on the train.
Weird.
That's weird. There's no name tag or anything. After inspecting the outside of the bag, he began fiddling with its lock. Pop.
Great!
Cool, you got it open. That wasn't the lock. Oh.
Huh?
Hey, are you okay? Yeah, bro, I'm all good. I just feel kinda... And he's knocked out. Christ, okay.
Shit.
Did he just pass out? From the same end of the car, the guy who had been staring at me earlier. I'm not feeling so good either.
Hang on.
What did you say? Good night. What the fuck? What the? Ah, people are dropping like flies.
Holy!
Oh crap, someone get
For
help.
real?
Let me try to alert the conductor or whatever. She ran over to the door that connects to the adjacent car. Rattle, rattle.
Oh, crap.
It's not opening. Why isn't it opening?
Stand back.
I want to try my hand at it. Can you step aside for a sec? He yanked at the door, but...
Bad news.
Damn, the car is locked up as tight as a prison.
Come off the grass.
Huh? But I left to take a piss like an hour ago. Let me try something else. The big man rolled his shoulders and threw himself against the door with all his might. Grr! He groaned and stepped back, revealing he hadn't even left a mark on the door. What? That did nothing? Is she British? It sounded like it. Ah, there's another boy who's fallen. A girl, too. Why is everyone passing out?
Damn it.
Shit, maybe it's got something to do with that bag. The air around me had grown thick like a strange pungent smell. I could taste it, feel it sting my eyes. Oh god, no, don't. As a futile plea left my lips, I felt my strength trail away with it. The world flickered around me, and then... there was nothing. Vows woven by stitches and needles. Prologue. So far, this game looks really good. It's kind of crazy. Like, there's a lot of work was put into this. Brr. Huh? What is that humming noise? It sounded almost like an air conditioner. But if it's an air con, why am I so warm? I weakly opened my eyes. Above me was a concrete ceiling. A concrete ceiling? My body's so heavy, but I had to get on my feet. I had to see where I was. Huh? It's a girl. Could it be that she's... No, she's still breathing. So she's asleep, just like I was. Is she dead? Kneeling down to her level, I reached out my hand to shake her. Hey, can you hear me? No response. Bringing my face closer to hers, I repeated the question. Hey, can you hear me? Why isn't she waking up? Damn it, do I actually have to... Oh, holy! Well, their eyes look similar as well to Dick and Rappa. Her eyes snapped open, causing me to jump back.
Hello.
I was just testing you. Okay, you bitch.
Huh?
Testing me? To see what you would do. It's not every day you find a body on the floor.
That's...
So you were awake that whole time?
Correct.
I woke up before you, yes. And she just let me sleep?
Anyways.
How long was I out for?
Not sure.
I don't know. I didn't wake up that long ago. When I first came to, I was also startled to see a stranger.
You see?
One can never know if they're in the presence of a friend or foe.
Hmm.
Which is why I needed to see for myself how much I could trust you. By lying on the floor and making herself vulnerable? Jesus, she makes no sense. As an excuse to break off the conversation, I started to look around the room. It was definitely some kind of boiler room, but there didn't seem to be a light switch anywhere. The only light came from a vent set far back in the room. Looking at my close surroundings, I was standing on a platform of stairs that led down to the rest of the room. The lower floor was mildly flooded. I'd say the water reached a little above my ankles. It was a place that had clearly been abandoned for a long time. Even with all the strange things around me, my gaze kept returning to this girl. There was something about her that seemed almost familiar. Wait, that's it! She was on the train I boarded. Oh, I thought so, yeah. Hey, we've met before. On that train?
Yeah.
Yeah. Things turned upside down not too long after you arrived. A strange smell started to come from the travel bag, and then everything turned black.
Right.
Right. Just what the hell was that?
Listen to me.
I think it was a chemical agent. The bag must have been equipped with a gas bomb or something. Someone clearly wanted to knock us out. Sounds like she's been thinking hard about it. Maybe that's why it took her so long to wake me up.
I see.
Sure, I was thinking the same, but whose bag was it? Why do they want to knock us out? And why aren't we on the train anymore? Where are we?
Look at this.
Considering our surroundings, some sort of boiler room? As she raised a hand to push her up her glasses. Wait, I gotta drink some water. Yum, yum, yum. Something large and metallic on her wrist caught my eye. It looked vaguely like a watch. Hey, what's that in your hand?
Well?
You tell me. It appears you have one as well. Huh? At those words, I looked down at my hand.
What the?
What the? Sure enough, I was wearing the same device. It had been fitted tightly around my wrist, but it felt like I was wearing nothing at all.
Damn it.
Hey, I'm not wearing this. As I grabbed a hold of the device and pulled, a tiny surge of electricity ran through my wrist. Ugh.
How humiliating.
Sorry, I should have warned you. If you try taking it off, it shocks you. Thanks for the heads up. Shit, what's going on here? Why am I wearing this weird shock collar thing? Who put this on me?
Look.
You can touch the screen, though. Eh? See, like this. She tapped the face of the device. It slowly lit up and displayed a holographic image. Oh, so like a watch. Yes, it's a watch, you
Correct.
cock. It's just projecting a blank screen for some reason.
So,
Either way, it seems we're stuck with this device for the time being.
moving on.
While you're standing there, the least you can do is give me your name. We didn't have much of a meeting on the train anyway. Damon Maitsu, Ultimate Debater. I'm a student at Eden's Garden Academy.
Interesting.
Interesting. What is? Thank you for telling me more than I asked for.
As for
You cock.
myself, you may call me Eva Tsunaka.
It's nice to meet you. She has a fucking smoker voice. The pain from the shock was finally subsiding. What's her name? Evu? I fucking forgot already. Is there a transcript? Eva. Okay, thank you. I also missed that line. The pain from the shock was finally subsiding. It's as good a time as any to get a better grasp of this room. Maybe there's something in here that can explain the flooding, or even better, that annoying mechanical noise. Okay. I will save. This camera. Eh? Staring at me from the corner of the room was an expensive-looking security camera. Had this been recently installed, it seemed better suited for a vault than a crappy boiler room.
Interesting.
You noticed that camera too? Eva?
Yeah.
I'll remember her name because of Wally. Yeah, it's really out of place. Do you think someone is watching us through it? It doesn't look like it's turned on, so I doubt it. I see. Perhaps that's for the best. What do you mean? If someone is watching us, it's possible they are the same person who put these wrist straps on us. She makes a decent point. Yes, you do. Boxes. Like Metal Gear. Solid. There might be something useful in this pile of dusty boxes. Light bulbs, duct tape, a bunch of screws. Nope, there's nothing in here but junk. And there's a locker. Oh, wait, a generator. Fuck, I can't see. There's a generator under the vent. Is this what's making the mechanical noise? Seeing it in the water put me a bit on edge. I was thinking of checking out the window above it, but now I'm not so sure. That seemed to be it. The room's too run down for me to investigate anything else. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw Eva approach the pile of boxes and fish out a light bulb. Then, without hesitation, plop! She chucked it into the water.
Huh?
What are you doing? All of a sudden, she jumped off the platform we were standing on and into the water.
The hell?
Seriously, what the hell are you doing?
Can't you see?
Exploring. You're not worried about the generator?
Look.
Oh, you're not... Fuck, I can't differentiate. Look at the light bulb I threw into the water. Notice how it isn't flashing? That means the water isn't conductive. Fair enough, I guess she's not worried about getting her shoes wet either. Okay, just give me a second. I took off my socks and shoes and quickly rolled up my pants. Trying to hide my discomfort behind a cool face, I descended the stairs into the murky water. The mechanical noise was even louder now. It sounded like it was coming from the direction of the
I
vent.
see.
Yep, it definitely must be the generator.
Damn.
We're lucky the water isn't conductive. Those exposed wires wouldn't be bad news would be bad news otherwise.
Interesting.
For such a small generator, it sounds like it's running a lot of power. It's surprising how this noise alone wasn't enough to wake us up. Whatever knocked us out on the train must have been pretty strong. Anyway, that explained the whirring noise. I wonder where all the power is going to. High up on the wall was a vent. What could be on the other side? Do you want to look through that? Yeah, I do.
Listen to me.
Alright, I have an idea, but it will take some physical effort. Like what?
Well,
Like getting on my shoulders.
Seriously?
I'm not doing that. If you get on my shoulders, it will give you a boost and you can look through the window.
Fair.
Fair, but shouldn't I be the one giving you a boost? I don't think you could handle it. Saying that she stooped in front of the generator and motioned me to come over.
I'm talking.
Make sure to tuck your feet behind my back. I waded over to Eva and awkwardly positioned myself on her shoulders.
Are you sure you can do this?
I'm fine. Just look through the window already.
All right.
Well, do you see anything? Yeah, another vent, and a room just beyond it. I can't see what's inside the room, though. Both of these vents are in the way. Taking a closer look at the boiler room vent, I noticed there were hinges bolted to the upper corners. Does this mean the vent can be opened? Wrapping my fingers around the grate in front of me, I pulled as hard as I could. Hey, I got it open. Can you see better now? Although the second vent still obstructed a lot of the room, I was able to make out the legs of tables and chairs. They were pretty fancy looking. It's the floor of some fancy room. We must be in a building with multiple levels. Weird that this vent opens to another room instead of outside. Eh? Just beyond the chairs in the very corner of the room, there was something peeking out. A person's legs? I felt my chest tighten. Is he also passed out? Hello, can you hear me? No response. Damn it, there's gotta be a way inside this room. Eva, can you let me down? There's someone in there? I think it's a guy. He's lying on the floor and I'm pretty sure he's passed out. He might know something we don't. If we're not there when he wakes up, we might lose him.
So...
The room's in the level above ours, you said? Right, which means there must be stairs somewhere.
Focus.
I have to find them. To leave an area, press the R key. We can leave the area? Is there like a door or something? As soon as I was out of the water, I threw on my socks and shoes and ran straight to the door. Why didn't you go out the door before the vents? Okay, whatever. Upon leaving the room, I was greeted with an equally derelict hallway. The walls and floor were an old, matted color with nothing else to them. No wall decor, no windows, no life whatsoever. However, there was one thing that stood out. At the very end of the hallway, where the corridor took a sharp turn, was what looked to be sunlight hitting the wall. Does that mean there's an exit right around that corner?
Hang on.
Oh god. Don't go running off without me. Huh? I've already inspected the rooms in this hallway, so you can just ignore them. When did you do that?
You see?
While you were asleep. You weren't waking up despite my best efforts, so I decided to investigate on my own. Hang on, your best efforts?
So...
Poking you in the face, dragging you by the feet, I even bridle carried you at one point. Not sure I can believe that.
Listen to me.
Anyway, I haven't checked what's upstairs. I didn't walk too far from where you were lying.
Come again?
You didn't think to get help?
No.
You were obviously breathing.
Really?
That doesn't answer the question. You only started to wake up after I returned from my search. How does that get in the way of finding help? Unless she didn't want to leave me here alone? I can't figure her out at all.
Moving on.
This floor didn't turn up anything useful, by the way. The rooms were just a bunch of storage closets, completely dilapidated and filled with random stuff. That was the case for every room?
It's the truth.
If you don't believe me, you can check for yourself. As my great-grandmother's brother's friend's motivational calendar once said, you can't progress if you don't have the will to move. That's weird. Something that's bothering me a little bit is that all the transitions between stuff and like the UI is really slow. And or somewhere. The upper floor was in a lot better condition than the one below, but that wasn't saying much. Water stains covered some parts of the walls and ceiling. I could only guess a pipe had broken and started leaking. There didn't seem to be any mold at the very least.
So...
The room with the unconscious man should be above and adjacent to that boiler room. That means it must be on the other side of this hallway, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, given we walked away from the boiler room to get here. Alright, let's investigate. Let's do it! Investigation! This is definitely not the right way. God damn it, okay. This must be the room. Taking on a deep breath, I pushed open the large doors. And there's no man, I guess, okay. Wow, this is a pretty stylish looking place. It's a lot better than maintained the rest of the building. Okay, the vent should probably be... Oh, yeah! Huh? Before I had a chance to react, the woman drove her fist directly into the side of my head. Who the hell are you? What the? Who the hell are you?
Damn it.
Shit, why did you just hit me? I'm not gonna embrace a stranger with open fucking arms. You could have been a murderer. So your instinct is to attack everything you see? Hey, I've already spared one guy in a suit. I'm not letting my guard down a second time. A guy in a suit? Eh?
Hello.
Hello. This guy, the outfit he's wearing.
So...
We've met before, haven't we?
Curious.
Oh, I was about to say, I recall seeing your faces on the train. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure the two of you were standing next to each other. Don't you guys know each other? Not at all. We've only formally met a few minutes ago. Oh.
Anyways.
Well, you were still knocked out by the sleeping gas stuff, right?
Soybean.
Don't remind me, soybean.
Come again?
What? Yeah, that's right. I said it. You're a soybean, just like this loser next to me. I disagree, but we should focus on what happened on the train. Thicc. I don't know why I said Thicc. I don't know what the fuck happened, but one second I was on the train, the next I was surrounded by total darkness. The place was like a solitary confinement chamber. I thought I was gonna suffocate in there. What are you talking about?
See that?
See that pantry over there? Yeah. Turns out the door was unlocked.
Jeez.
You were inside that pantry? When she kicked open the door, I nearly jumped out of my skin. What the hell were you doing while she was in there? Waking up? Eh? Isn't it unfair? I got stuffed in some tiny pantry while this guy had the entire floor to himself. I feel like the guy in the suit is kind of suspicious, but we'll see. Whoever's responsible for this must have been jealous of my talent. You won't believe how many jealous bastards turn to violent in this industry. Industry? What's with the dumb face? You know who I am, right? Was I supposed to? Thicc, uncultured swine.
My name's Grace Madison, ultimate golfer. Don't forget it,
Golfer.
soybean.
Ultimate golfer. Grace. We never got a title card for Eva, although we don't know her talent either.
I see.
The ultimate golfer, of course. Since the two of you were on that train, that means you're ultimates as well. What about you? Hmm? Can you tell me your ultimate talent?
I'm Wolfgang Akere, the ultimate lawyer. Here's my card.
Wolfgang. Grace and Wolfgang, and Eva and main character. A lawyer? It's way better than being a golfer, but for such a young-looking guy, I didn't expect him to have such talent like that. His age must be part of what makes him an ultimate.
Pardon me.
You look confused.
I'm
not confused, I look too young, is that what you think?
I understand.
I get it a lot, even Miss Madison said it.
Whatever you say.
Because it's true.
Hold on.
Well, don't you think the same can be said for yourself? I'm not wise in the way of sports, but I've always had the impression golf was an old man's business. Not that young women shouldn't take the reins. The sport's probably in need of a revival. Feh. It's a tough industry, but that's because we gotta fight for recognition, not sit around for 7 years and do F all. Sounds like the average high schooler now that I think about it. Hey, how old were you when you started college?
No, thank you.
That's personal information I don't intend to disclose. Thicc. I don't have to stop saying Thicc, bro. You're a piece of work, aren't you? When I'm to talking about the train, these guys seriously have their priorities skewed. So you have them too.
Huh?
Oh, Damon, yeah.
Look.
Huh? We're all wearing the same wrist straps. Really? You were busy talking, so I figured you wouldn't notice unless I pointed it out.
Hey?
Wrist strap, you say? Pff, these fuckers are more like mini shock collars.
By the way...
Those aren't mutually exclusive. I heard you the first time,
Well,
so you tried taking it off, did you?
Yes.
Yep, same with you. Actually, it was me who tried taking it off. The stupid thing zapped me when I did.
Let's see...
I suspected it wasn't unique to Miss Madison, though I hadn't tried removing the strap myself.
strange.
Equipping everyone with a strap that shocks them. What could justify doing something like that? Well, what's the purpose behind these straps?
Soybean!
Are you daft? It's to shock us. The thing is, we seem to receive a shock if we try to remove it.
How can this be?
So, why aren't we allowed to remove these wrist straps? What I want to know is, who even put these things on us? The answers to those questions might be something we have to figure out ourselves. It doesn't make sense. For me to be abducted and taken somewhere I don't know, surrounded by a bunch of strangers and forced to figure out why, it doesn't make any sense. Why is it happening?
Hello.
Hello there.
Hello?
Are you talking to me?
No.
No, look behind you. Huh? Confused, I turned to see what had captured everyone's attention. For a second, I thought I was seeing things. Peeking at us from the corridor was a small girl. Who are you?
Is that a...
What the? Is that a fucking gremlin? You stupid.
Miss Madison!
Miss Madison, you'll scare her if you shout like that. The girl had left her position by the corridor and slid into the room. And I could see for certain that she was a kid. What the hell? Why is there a kid here?
For your information,
I am not a gremlin. Did your mother never teach you manners? It's rude to backtalk strangers you haven't met. No way, the gremlin can talk? I just told you I'm not a gremlin. If we must make comparisons, I'd rather you liken me to something more elegant. For example, a kappa? 4! Turtle!
Really?
That's not much better.
Be careful.
Please be careful what you say to her. This girl seems awfully young.
Can't you see?
She doesn't seem young, she is young. What's going on here? Why is there a child wandering around? You know, now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure I also saw you in that train. You were hidden behind some other people, so you were pretty hard to see. I assumed you were sitting down or something. It didn't even cross my mind that you might have been an actual kid. Cowering behind a bunch of strangers, huh? Figures I didn't see it. Still, what the hell was it even doing on that train? That's what I'm wondering. A kid's got no business with people like us. I do not appreciate your misguided comments about my age. I am a professional, just like the rest of you.
No.
You mean you're an ultimate?
Is that really true?
I didn't think children could qualify as ultimates.
I am an
Must I keep
ultimate.
repeating myself? I'm not a child, I'm a professional.
Jeez.
Well, what is it that you're so good at? So you desire to know my talent, do you? Normally I'd decline further conversation with rude people like you. But given our circumstances, I shall be sanguine on the matter.
I am Toshiko Kaira, the ultimate matchmaker. Nice to meet you, I suppose.
Toshiko. I'll try to remember that, but I'll probably forget. Damon, Grace, Eva, Wolfgang, Toshiko. I remember so far. A matchmaker? Aren't you a bit young for something like that?
Get a grip.
The gremlin's obviously lying about having a talent. I bet it snuck its way into the train because it saw the commotion. Sis, now the little bastard is stuck with us.
Look at what you've done.
Now look what you've done. You made her upset. Upset?
Of course not.
Of course not. I know better than to take a gremlin seriously.
Oi!
Oi! Don't think you can use my own insult against me.
Madison.
Grace. What?
Moving on.
So, if I have things right, all 5 of us were on that train. What about the other people who boarded it? Do you think they've been kidnapped as well?
Indeed.
That is correct. Apart from us, there were 11 other people. 11. Counting us, that makes 16.
Correct.
That's the same number of people who were on the train.
Quite.
I've become well acquainted with them.
Filthy.
The only person I've been avoiding is the frustrating boy I woke up with. You wouldn't believe his manners. And she also woke up with another person. I'm starting to see a pattern here. As is everyone else.
I suppose.
Speaking of, would you like to meet the others? I think they should know about you 4.
Very well.
That would be helpful, yes.
Wonderful.
Very well, I shall serve as your guide as we embark on this new journey.
Take this
Don't
seriously.
sound so happy about this. This is a kidnapping, not a college orientation. Then again, it's not like I would go to most orientations willingly. Maybe those 2 events aren't that different after all.
Well,
Where are the others right now? Obviously, they're outside this building. There's an exit not too far from here. Follow me.
That's for the best.
She seems to know about more than us. It wouldn't hurt to entertain her. Feh, let's see what this thing has up its sleeve. Outside this building? So there's even more to this place than we've already seen? Are there other buildings just like this one? Exactly how big of an area are we exploring? Standing here won't give me an answer. I should find the exit already. Drinking water. Like the rest of the room, the kitchen looked really nice. It was clean and fully equipped with utensils, and the cupboards were stocked with all kinds of food. The question is, who is this kitchen even for? It can't be for us, can it? It is, probably. This painting was one I recognized. I'm pretty sure my high school team had to research it for a debate. Whatever we were trying to argue, I scrubbed it from memory. I needed to make room for the next debate somehow. One thing's for sure, the woman in the painting didn't wear a mask. And the liquid she's pouring, it definitely wasn't blood. So the blood's pink. Obviously. From that. Dang or not, but you know, pink blood is the thing. The woman's mask bore the unmistakable nose and horns of a giraffe. Definitely not a live one, though. Forget about the mask. What's that weasel-looking thing? Talk about the stuff of nightmares. Is she supposed to be a hyena? The ears are really big, though. Maybe it's a wild dog. Whatever, I'm wasting my time here. Just want to explore everything, you know? It's a comfy-looking sofa. If I sit down, I might not be able to get back up. Better refrain for now. Looks like the others are gone. Maybe because I was exploring the fucking room for so long. Whatever, I work better alone. Nice little touch there.
Process.
Miss Kaira seems well acquainted with the layout of this building. We should follow her directions for now. I'm not gonna remember last names, trust me. I'm not gonna remember last names, right?
Soybean.
About time you arrived, Soybean. Can you not call me that? You're late. You're waiting?
Oi.
Only cause the gremlin insisted. I didn't even realize you fell behind until she said something.
Unfortunately.
I'm ashamed to say the same. Okay.
well,
By the way, what are the others doing right now? Exploring something else, probably. You don't sound very sure of yourself.
filthy.
They had the nerve to tell me to stay put while they inspected the area. If they don't want me exploring, then I suppose I'll explore by myself. Alright, sounds like she just wanted to show
Are you
off.
done yet?
Who cares about that? The guy's here now, let's go already. Yes, and then the others will realize their foolishness.
Wonderful.
Onwards to the great outdoors. The little girl turned to face the door, but instead of pushing it open, she reached for a lock I hadn't even noticed before. Click. The door opened with a long, shrill creak, and we finally saw what was waiting outside. Nobody? Are people out here? Standing before us, bathed in sunlight, was a massive, Romanesque courtyard. Finally, some sunlight. This courtyard, I wonder if we can escape by climbing over the hedges. The hedges are tall, but if we try looking for a rope...
Hold on.
I doubt it's that easy. The devices we're wearing will probably shock us. Let's see if you're right.
Soybean.
Go on, Soybean, climb the hedge.
Stop.
What the...
No.
Unfortunately, it's pointless to climb the hedges. How do you know? If you take a closer look at the sky, you should understand. The sky? Yes, do you see anything strange? Anything strange? No, there's nothing standing out. Wait, huh? As my eyes tried to adjust to the glare of the sun, I noticed it. The shape of the clouds weren't normal at all. No, it's almost as if they were concave. Yeah, it's kind of weird. The sky is curving inwards.
How can this be?
Could it be? Are we looking at a hologram?
Come on.
Of this size? No way. This has got to be a 360 projection or something. You mean the sky we're looking at is actually a video panorama? Sounded completely ridiculous when said out loud, but at the same time, it made too much sense. If this is a 360-degree projection, wouldn't that mean we're inside some kind of dome? Such is the truth I have long recognized. That's...
Come off the grass.
Wait, you knew the sky was fake? Why'd you call this dump yard the great outdoors? It was for dramatic effect. In truth, I haven't seen natural sunlight since the moment I woke up here.
A cause for concern.
No sunlight? You really didn't see any windows in this building?
No.
No, none at all. No windows means no oxygen. We might be suffocating as we speak. We've survived this long. I think we'll be okay.
Hey.
You're acting way too nonchalant. Doesn't this place bother you at all? It's a dome with a fake sky. That's like something out of a movie. I feel like this guy's really suspicious. I just might guess, but I think maybe he's made to be suspicious.
So,
Maybe whoever brought us here wanted to recreate the feeling of being outside in lieu of actually letting us outside. Sure, if you want to make broad
you
assumptions.
see,
In a situation like this, making assumptions is all you can really do.
Fair.
Whether or not the sky really is a projection, it's not something we can do much about. For now, we should remain focused on meeting the other students. Sniff. Oh, the girl they're sniffing? Or... Above the inane chatter, I heard a quiet, high-pitched noise, sort of like a mouse's squeak. It was so unlike the current conversation, it automatically stood out. Hey, can you guys stop talking for a second? Is there a problem?
Yeah.
Do you hear that?
Hey?
Ay! It almost sounds like whimpering. Oh, she's crying, okay.
Strike me pink.
Wait, I just heard it.
Oi, you.
Oi, what the hell is crying? Who the hell is crying? Quit hiding and come talk to us. Should I give her a British accent, probably? Do ignore the shrew. Her bark is worse than her bite. Who are you calling a shrew? The crying seemed to have stopped, but whoever it was refused to come out. Can we just leave them be? If they don't want help, it's not our issue.
Goodness.
Don't be so heartless. There should be someone in need.
Be careful.
To the girl that is crying, please excuse my friend here. None of us are here to hurt you, so I think you should come out. Hiding will only make you more
You
scared.
think?
Do you really think that's going to convince them? Oh, okay. She's fat. That was mean.
Eh?
Okay. Eh? Hello. I wasn't,
Hello.
how about you tell us your name first?
Eloise Tellner. I'm the ultimate fencer. It's really nice to meet you all, even if it doesn't seem like it.
Eloise. Tallner. Ultimate fencer. I already forgot that there's talents. There's the golfer and the lawyer and the matchmaker and whatever hers is. Ultimate fencer, was it?
strange.
That's strange. Someone who's prolific at fighting shouldn't have reason to hide from people.
That's not.
Actually, it doesn't focus as much on courage as people think. The key to fencing is the ability to predict your opponent's moves along with having the agility to avoid them. Acting brash may get you the first move, but it's a steady, analytic mind that secures the win. That's kind of impressive.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. I get really excited when it comes to the subject, so I can't help but gush.
Listen to me.
But I have to ask, why were you hiding from us? She stood there quietly, deep in thought.
Okay.
When I woke up, I had no idea where I was or why I was here.
Kind of like.
There were several strangers around me, and they were all so panicked as well. I felt like a mouse caught in a trap. Everything around me was so suffocating. That's why I ran away immediately. I really don't like when people can see me like that. I can't even call my mom. My phone wasn't on me when I came to.
I understand.
If it's any reassurance, it seems my friends and I are in the same situation.
Seriously?
That's probably the last thing she wants to hear. And since when were we all friends?
Well,
Was there anyone with you when you woke up? Yes, but I didn't get to talk to them before I went into flight mode. Sorry. So this girl's just as clueless as us, and it seems she also passed out on that train. Damn it, what the hell is going on here? We're the only people in that building, by the way? Miss Carrier is currently introducing us to everyone else. Would you like to join?
Maybe.
I think I want to stay where I am.
Very well.
Very well. When I meet the others, I will tell them to gather here. That way you won't be alone. Also, if everyone's together, we can discuss our next course of action. Yeah, I'll wait here if it makes things easier for everyone.
Many thanks.
Many thanks, Miss Tollner. Compared to before, she looked a lot calmer. Wolfgang knew how to handle the situation pretty well. Or maybe he just knows how to handle people in general. I guess it's admirable. He is a lawyer, so, you know.
Strange.
Well, I agree, this sky is most likely a video projection. Why would someone want to create a fake sky in the first place? I don't know, Ray.
Curious.
Such a strange place, this courtyard.
See?
Of course, of the 11 students I mentioned before, 5 of them were woke in this courtyard. I also woke up here, and that makes a group of 6 if everyone is split into pairs it would check out. Similar to you, the surrounding sky gave us hope of a world beyond the courtyard walls, but no sooner after we fell for the dome's illusion did the cracks begin to show. I have no doubt that was the intention of this place, inspiring hope in order to crush it. Clearly we are witnessing the machination of a dastardly villain. Their point could have been made in a lot fewer words. I hope they don't get into hope and despair. Jesus, like, I've heard enough of that stuff. A fake sky, a huge dome. It's like something off the set of a reality show. If it turns out we've been forced to take part in one. Forced to take part in a reality show? I seriously doubt that. That is definitely a reference to Danganronpa. Reality shows are pretty questionable ethics, but never heard of one kidnapping its contestants before. That's definitely a Danganronpa reference. Because you know you've played the game. Like, they know you've played the game before. So they're gonna reference the game probably a bunch. I'll stand guard while you find the others. Who are you? A guy was leaning against the hedge with his hands in his pockets.
Nice.
Looks like you found some friends.
Indeed.
Indeed, why don't you say hello? He looked at us and waved. I resisted the urge to wave back.
Pay attention!
Have you no manners? Talk to them!
All good.
Alright, my bad. Clearly amused, he stood up straight and faced us.
Don't worry.
Sorry about that, I didn't mean to act like a dick. Today's just been all over the place for me. Not an excuse, I know.
I suppose.
I suppose we can forgive you if you give us your name. Easy enough.
I'm Desmond Hall. They call me the ultimate marksman.
I could have guessed that by the arrows on his back, probably.
Hear me out.
A marksman, eh? That must mean you're really good at shooting stuff, right? That's right. I have a really good eye for my targets. Guns, bows, slingshots, you name it, I've hit bullseyes with it.
Hold on.
With all of those weapons, I must ask, you haven't killed anyone, have you?
Whoa!
Whoa, never! I realize my talent may leave some people on edge, but I only practice on stationary targets. Moving targets are really outside of my comfort zone, so if people were stationary, then you would kill them.
Believe me.
Believe me, I've never taken a human life.
See.
I see, good to know. Unless he's lying. For such a serious question, he composed himself pretty quickly. Guess this guy knows how to keep his cool.
So,
Where's your partner? We all had one to my knowledge. Oh, you mean the pirate guy? He was, well... he was fine. Harmless for the most part, just a little too extreme for me to be around. In situations like this, I prefer to keep to myself. I know that sounds less cooperative, but, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Oi!
Wait just a second.
All right.
Huh?
You.
Did you just say a pirate? It sounds dumb, I know, but I wouldn't buy it either if I hadn't spoken to the guy myself. It's gotta be that one freaky dude in the train, right? The buff one with the dragon tattoo?
Yep.
Yep, that's your man. He went through the door over there, so... Ha, I gotta see him.
Totally.
You have fun with that, just saying. The guy's a little out there.
By the way,
Desmond, do you see that girl in the gray uniform over there? I told her I'm going to bring everyone here. I think it's important we discuss the current situation as a group. Could you give her some company while I'm gone?
Easy enough.
Oh, sure thing. The others are an odd bunch, so good luck convincing them. You may act casual, but being the ultimate marksman must take a lot of diligence. Always keeping a steady hand, always thinking on your feet. There's probably a lot to learn from someone like that. Everyone else must be in the building up ahead. Perhaps they are discussing something.
My.
Let's head over there and find out, shall we? What do you have to say, Desmond? Desmond is his name, I forgot.
Good luck.
Good luck convincing the others. They're not dangerous or anything, just kind of quirky. Desmond. Holy hell, is that a tree? The thing has to be like 60 feet tall or something. A sight to behold, isn't it?
That's not it.
Let's not get too excited, it's only a tree.
no.
I'm not even sure we can say that.
could you explain?
Care to elaborate? I don't quite get what you mean. Eva bent down and crushed one of the fallen leaves in her hands. I didn't hear any crunching or tearing.
Interesting.
This is a faux tree.
Impossible!
Impossible! How could someone possibly manufacture a tree of this size?
Look at this.
If it's real, explain why these leaves don't make any noise when I break them. That expression said it all.
Quit it.
Why the hell is there a huge fake tree? That's Australian.
Indeed.
Fuck. I'd be hard pressed to find a school with an installation like this. I'm talking so much, I'm having like trouble speaking. I gotta drink some more water. Oh god. You'd be hard-pressed to find it anywhere. I feel like you'd only see this in a museum or something.
In any case,
This building certainly has a strange aesthetic. That's one way to put it. The tree was in the center of a large circular room. Surrounding it were a bunch of people I recognized from the train. These must be the others Toshika was talking about. Counting the two we just met, this is everyone, correct?
Indeed.
Correct.
What's wrong?
Is something wrong?
You see?
If everyone from our train car is here, where are the other people who were on the train? That's a good point. There were other people, right?
I'm sure.
Of course, the Academy said they reserved that train for its students. Yeah, but did you actually see anyone?
Let's see.
I never left our car, but I know Miss Madison did.
Hey?
Huh?
I apologize.
You mentioned leaving for the bathroom, remember? Oh, you bro remembered that?
I see.
Oh, right. I passed a bunch of students on my way to the crapper. I didn't talk to them, though.
Strange.
They had to have heard the commotion in our car. Why didn't they help us?
Damn.
Maybe they were also knocked out?
Anywho,
I doubt it's something we can answer right now. Can I just introduce you to the others already?
I understand.
Yes. We should familiarize ourselves with the people who are currently here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's the only thing we can do right now. Regardless, the whole thing was pretty baffling. If the other students on the train passed out, where are they now? And if they didn't pass out, why did they... Just don't forget I spoke. First, there was the area with the boiler room, then the courtyard with the fake sky, now this room.
interesting.
Put them together and we're looking at some sort of large building complex.
Yeah.
It would stand to reason, yeah. However, we still haven't found a single exit. Whoever brought us here clearly doesn't want us to leave. My mouth is full of penis. I'm kidding. So these are the people that Gremlin woke up with? No wonder she ran away. Let's talk to you first. You're the one who wanted to talk to me on the bus.
Golly.
Train. What's this, more fans?
Stop.
Let's not go that far. I don't even know your name or talent yet.
Wait just a sec.
Then let me tell you.
Hi, my name is Ingrid Grimwall, and I'm the ultimate blacksmith.
This lady's way too nice. She's probably gonna fucking die or something. A real blacksmith, eh? Is it anything like how movies depicted? Have you ever made swords out of molten metal? Not just swords, but tools, armor, statues. If you can name it, I can forge it. It's never an easy undertaking, I will admit. Sprained muscles are par for the course, but the same way climbing a mountain is painstaking, but reaching the top delivers a high you can never forget. The struggle is all worth it for the outcome. Tee-hee! No wonder she's built like an athlete. Her job sounds like non-stop high-intensity exercise. So, how is your kind not gone extinct? Extinct? Made redundant by technology.
Can't you see?
Aren't there ways to make specialized weapons without overworking yourself?
Well, I don't
Against
like
modern
to
machines,
admit
it's true I'm not an equal match. Because I think I'm better than them. Those hunks of metal may look cool, but their creations lack the human touch. You gotta... sorry. Keep keep things natural, traditional. That's when things... Truly amazing things happen.
Now,
Good.
would you look at that?
If my creation they're hard, it's better than anything made by machine. Imperfections be damned.
My.
Ooh. Better than machines, huh? People have always told me my skills are impressive, but I'm yet to be compared to a computer or something. How come a blacksmith can receive that sort of acclaim before me? There's always been demand for handmade things, especially nowadays. Does your audience skew older by chance? Old folks, movie producers, board game enthusiasts, even the occasional youngin'. These are all people who visit me. It's great when I can relate to most of my clients. Their excitement is mine. Exactly which clients does she relate to?
Moving on.
In any case, are you the same as us? Were you also kidnapped on the train and taken here?
Oh,
Oh, I wouldn't say kidnapped.
Come again?
What, did you not black out on that train? No, I did. Then how else would you describe the situation? Maybe it's a surprise excursion?
hiya.
Better that, a surprise exam. The people running this program are just putting our abilities to the
Take
test.
this seriously.
That's stupid. If the academy was that unhinged, no one would continue attending it.
Let's get going.
Well, you know, whatever it is, I'm sure we'll get out of here. Needless optimism isn't a substitute for reason.
By the way,
There's a gathering happening outside the building. Miss Kayura explored. Would you like to join? We plan to discuss some very important matters there. No, aren't you nice? I'll get right to it. Don't do anything silly while I'm gone. I like her. She's nice. Who are you, bitch? You're the one who was sniffing, who, like, found the bomb. The... Whatever. Oof, like Roblox. So you all got caught up in this too, did you? I remember seeing the 5 of you on the train. You're really ultimate students, huh?
Correct.
We wouldn't have been on that train if we weren't. Just making sure. I knew the education sector had low standards, but are they just handing out titles to anyone who asks? Oh, that's very mean.
Please.
What the hell is your damage? Huh. Right, that's it. What's the matter? I know this bitch. As in, personally? Nah, she's the harlot that's been ruining my magazines. Ever since her interview with Rich People's Digest, her stupid success stories have been plastered everywhere. Youngest ever self-made billionaire, pioneer of the agricultural industry, blah. Did I hear that right? This girl we're talking to, is she actually... I'm flattered you've memorized my resume. Your resume? So those things she said weren't an exaggeration?
If I may ask,
This is news to you? I don't know, Anyone knows about Winona? That would be my name, yes.
Although, many call me the ultimate entrepreneur. Origins aside, it's one good title.
Winona. Ultimate entrepreneur. No wonder she gave off such an intense aura. This girl probably has enough money to buy an entire country. Still, that doesn't mean I'm going to let her talk down to me. She has looks, talents, and wealth. She would be a truly auspicious match.
Interesting.
Why would a billionaire need to attend a school like Eden's Garden Academy? I thought it would be an opportunity to make connections with the well-established geniuses of my generation. This is a bitch, dude. This is just annoying. Winona.
Nasty.
Oh, I remember her because Winona Ryder. That's what I remember. Now that I'm aware of the lax admissions process, I'm leaving the first chance I get. And not because you've been kidnapped. You can't leave. Destiny has decreed that I must guide you towards the most wondrous romance. I'm not really interested in that. I'd rather receive financial reparations from the Academy. At the very least, let me be your steed. With the divine foresight, my divine foresight, I shall lead your legal battle to victory. After I fall asleep in that train car, someone must have carried me out and dumped me next to the tree here. Why did no one stop them? Were there no precautions in place to stop someone from manhandling a student? I'd say it was extreme ineptitude in the school's end, but since it appears I'm not the only victim...
What a joke.
Well, that makes things all the more sinister. So she thinks someone carried her here? It's plausible, I guess. They could have transported us from the train by vehicle, then carried us in. When you woke up, was there anyone with you?
Honestly?
Yep, but she was weird, so I left her. You're a walking stereotype. We know about as much as you do. The 5 of us have been walking around and talking to the other students that were on the train.
Let's see.
The rest of them are congregating outside. Once we meet everyone, maybe we'll be able to figure out what's going on.
By the way...
Say, why don't you join them? I think I'll take you up on that offer. Such a relief that one of you actually had something useful to say. That girl is a piece of work, but given the recent happenings, she's not worth the stress. More importantly, what's happened to us, it's too much for a single pair of hands. Someone had to sneak onto, maybe even hijack, that train, plant a chemical agent, and then carry everyone they knocked out. There's gotta be more than that one person behind this. A group, maybe. The question becomes who and why. Ayo, who are you?
Yo! I'm Cassidy Amber, the ultimate pro gamer. Don't forget it, Kay.
We got another gamer? I hope she's not annoying. Her shirt literally says 1v1.
Very nice.
Jumping right into an introduction. I like it.
Yep.
Making a good first impression is key to grabbing the attention of your viewers, especially if you have over 20 million of them. Gotta earn that watch time.
Is that really true?
20 million? Is gaming really that popular?
Duh.
It's not just gaming, it's pro gaming.
No!
Facing off against opponents in front of a large audience with prestige and prizes on the line, the stakes can't get any higher. While her talent is pretty frivolous, her attitude towards video game competitions is somewhat impressive. It's sort of like how I feel about debating.
Question.
Oh, question.
Hello?
What is it? Do you guys know if this place is the internet? I promised my comrades my streaming schedule wouldn't change after starting school, so I'm kind of freaking out.
Come again?
Your comrades? Cassidy's comrades, they're the biggest fan community on the internet. She must meet her followers, being a streamer and all. It would definitely explain the hat.
Curious.
You must be very wealthy then. I've heard that popular streamers earn a lot of money, especially from subscriber donations.
Indeed.
Sorry. There are many stories about young men falling prey to the infamous tiered subscription. They're rendered forever unmarriageable. Such a shame. So how many suckers have you swindled? With such a large fan base, you must be raking in the dough. What the fuck?
The hell?
What's wrong with your
I
face?
see how it is.
You think the only motivation is money, don't you?
Hey.
Well, duh. Why else would you be a streamer?
Bourgeoisie
Typical
scum.
bourgeois scum. Whoa. I stream for the betterment of the human race. As the leader of Cassidy's comrades, it's my duty to redistribute most of my earnings to the masses. You mean you give away all your money?
Yep.
I do tons of expensive and generous stunts on my channel. Most of it is for charity, but sometimes it's for random subscribers. One time I bought a spaghetti factory and donated it to a public school. Those kids will never have to pay for lunch again. They've probably gotten sick of eating pasta every day. All of these giveaways are streamed too. They're really popular, so I get tons of views and donations from them.
Impressive.
Impressive. You managed to commodify the act of charity. Of course, I gotta reserve some money for basic necessities. A truckload of chocolate soda being one. But it's not a problem for a person like me to have money since I earn it through my hard work.
So unfair.
The real problems are the swine who make billions every year, even though all they do is sit around, drink cocktails, and stare at their stock profile. In fact, I can even detect the rancid scent of a morally bankrupt billionaire in this very academy. I bet they're plotting to profit off our suffering as we speak. This girl is honestly pretty deranged, or that might be why she has such a large audience. Regardless, it doesn't explain why someone like her was invited to Eden's Garden Academy.
Anywho.
As wary as I am of future conversations between you and the more affluent students, I suggest you head over to the building I investigated. We've been telling other people to gather there. Alright, it was nice to meeting you all. Fucking weirdo, Jesus Christ. We have 5 more students to talk to, bro. God damn it. So many introductions. You seem interesting to me, so.
Come on!
Come on, man, just say something. Oh, it's 2. Okay, I got 2 at once. Come on, please, pretty please.
So harsh.
So harsh. All I wanted was your name.
Hi.
Hey. Oh!
It figures.
Oh, it's more people.
That's a slipping and sliding.
Hey there.
Oi!
What's the matter with him?
Yeah.
I don't know. I spent ages trying to get this guy's name, but he won't say anything.
It's simple.
If he's being a weirdo about it, just ignore him. Who are you anyway? Who am I?
The name's Jet Dawson, Ultimate Drag Racer. Nice to meet you,
Jet.
shrimp.
The drag racer, given his outfit that comes as no surprise. Aren't you warm in that suit? You sound like fucking Shaggy, or Scooby-Doo. Ree! Are you confused? There's a fan inside the back of my helmet that emits cool air, kind of like the fans in car seats that you cool your butt.
Let's rock and roll!
Isn't that super rad? With the way he yells every word, he could make anything sound like a big deal. The only issue is they don't extend to the rest of my suit.
Get a grip.
Then stop wearing the suit. And walk around naked?
Dumbass!
I meant wear different clothes.
So,
You should also have an ultimate talent, correct?
well,
Would you mind sharing it?
My name's Mark Bursky. I produce music.
So, a music producer? Yeah. Mark. Eric be like, Fuzzy Moon? Go stream Fuzzy Moon on Spotify, chat. But, it's mostly bad remixes and stuff.
My man!
No, man, your music is wicked good.
Really?
You know my
Not
songs?
a chance.
Nope. Do I even have to? You're the ultimate music producer. That just says it all.
moving on.
I assume you two also woke up in this place, right? Do you have any idea what might be going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, this whole shebang did come out of the blue, but
Think.
to be honest, it feels a lot like an extreme haunt. Do you know what that is? No, I don't.
Figures.
Figures, you don't look the type.
Hey.
Meaning?
You following?
Anyway, extreme haunts are really intense horror attractions. Think a haunted house crossed with a survival horror game. Like, what's it called? Like the one that like hurt people, like was like killing people or whatever. Something Manor. Why am I forgetting what it's called? McCamey Manor. McCamey Manor is the one I was thinking of. Staff will chuck you into underground tunnel systems, trap you in coffins, anything to scare you. This is literally McCamey Manor. I'm pretty good with the coffins, not so much the tunnels.
That's not important.
What's this got to do with
Catch
us?
my drift?
You see, there's a couple places that are known for starting their haunts with a simulated kidnapping. Eh?
For real.
To make it feel as real as possible, they'll even take you when you least expect it. The thing is, they can't just jump anybody, you gotta consent first. The hell? I never agreed to being kidnapped.
Come off the grass.
Extreme haunts, eh? People know better than to involve me in that crap.
Well,
Maybe we can send it to a kidnapping without realizing?
Hey?
Huh? For example, the letters we received from the academy. Is it possible those invitations were actually consent forms in disguise?
Really?
Don't tell me, you actually believe this guy?
correct.
Given what we've seen so far, I'd wager anything is possible. Is that really what's happening here? In accepting that letter asking me to join Eden's Garden Academy, did I unknowingly agree to this crap? Well, that's just a theory. We won't know what's going on until we explore some more.
In any case,
I know some people who might be interested in your theory. They're gathering by the courtyard outside. You can join them if you want.
Adios.
Sure thing. Let's go, Mark. Though he looked less than enthused, he let the drag racer take him by the arm and lead him away. Could it really be possible? Were the letters we received actually consent forms in disguise? Is this some kind of mess-up attraction? What does that say about Eden's Garden Academy? Is it a part of the charade? Is Eden's Garden Academy even real? I should know better than to think nonsense things like that. If the Academy was fake, someone would have already blown its cover. It's more likely that this is happening unbeknownst to the Academy, I think he said. I just skipped it. Yeah, okay. Oops, I'm really sorry for hurting your feelings. I'll give you consent a try. Who knows, I might really like it. Content. Consent.
Man.
Meh. If you didn't like me from the start, you're never gonna like me.
Hi.
Hey, you too.
Way.
Huh?
Over here.
Oh crap, new guy, over here. Huh? You boarded the train before things went all crazy, right? Check it out, me and the new guy together again.
Stop.
Stop acting like we're friends. I don't even know you.
You're just messing with me.
That's a joke, right? What is? You know, that thing you just said?
Hey.
Maybe you've heard my name before. Does Kai Montego ring a bell?
Hey.
Come on, Kai Montego? Something of an artist, something of an entrepreneur.
Very funny.
He's an influencer, a really big influencer. Nope, doesn't ring a bell.
Ouch.
Ouch, right in the
I
ego.
thought I already lost
Okay.
all faith in humanity before coming to this dump. But
He's crying. He's an influencer. Great, here we go. You don't recognize the dumbass? Must be nice. You do?
Yes.
Guy's the cancer of the internet. You disagree with him on one thing and he'll sick his army of underage followers on you. Fucking rice gum or some shit. He's a dictator with a trendy fit.
another
Dictator?
day,
Sheesh, you
another
naysayer types are always so overdramatic.
Whatever.
Don't listen to our new guy. This chick's just recycling other people's propaganda.
Done yet?
You're one to talk. Check yourself in the mirror before crying propaganda. Eh?
See that?
Yeah, I see you're no stranger to photo editing. I'm kinda impressed. No one would ever guess you had the face of a horse. He looks normal to me, and the tears returned as quickly as they vanished. I'm not sure what I expected from an influencer to be like in person, but this was definitely not it.
Don't be mean.
Hey, leave Kai alone! He may not be the nicest person in the room, but can't you see you're hurting his feelings?
Ugh.
He can get over it.
Anyway,
what about you? Can you give me your name and talent?
Oh.
Oh, sure.
I'm Diana Venecia, your local cosmetologist. If you're ever in need of a makeover, I'll work my magic. Just ask.
Diana. Kai. Cassidy. Jet. I forgot his name. Okay, I'm trying to remember everyone's name right now.
Come again?
Is that it? You're just a makeup artist?
For your information.
Not just a makeup artist, the makeup artist. What?
Indeed.
Diana is the biggest beautician in Hollywood. She's relatively new to the public sphere, but word of her talent has been dominating social media. Enough to pique the interest of the... Oh, now every Yale celebrity is scrambling to hire her. I see this is not your first time talking about her. I am simply quoting my friends. They're all on Diana's waiting list. I'm sure.
Anybody?
Why is it a shock that this guy doesn't recognize her? What about
How
me?
humiliating.
Why do you care what he thinks? Isn't the demographic for people like you largely teenage girls?
Hell no.
My stuff is for everyone. I'm inclusive like that.
Hold on.
Okay, that's it. Let's break this up. Diana, could you and Kai go to the courtyard outside? We're trying to get everyone to gather there.
No worries.
Alright, see you later. But none of those guys like me either. A makeup artist and an influencer. Were this any other academy, I wouldn't bat an eye. The Ultimate Talent program is a shell of itself. It'll hand out ultimate titles to anyone who asks. But Eden's Garden Academy said it was above that. It said it prioritized academic talent. And now it thinks I'm on par with those two? Damn, that's fucking mean, but whatever. Who are you? A boy was silently observing the space around him and jotting things down in a notebook.
Hello?
Hey, you. He's asleep.
The hell?
What the hell? Sorry, I dozed off for a bit there.
A cause for concern.
You have terrible eye bags. Have you not been getting enough sleep? Getting knocked out on that train was the most sleep I've gotten in a week. Thankfully, that little girl woke me up before I wasted too much time. If I'd known better, I wouldn't have. Your terrible sleep schedule has diminished your already meager natural beauty. This guy paused for a few seconds and began furiously scribbling into his notebook. Interesting. A boy with a snake tie, a girl with a white uniform, a man with a dapper suit.
Oi, you.
Oi, what are you doing?
Excuse me.
A very loud woman with a visor. Are you writing about us? I make sure to record all my daily happenings. There's no way I'd remember it all otherwise. In some fashion, note-taking is just one of my many responsibilities.
My name is Ulysses Wilhelm,
Ulysses.
and I'm the ultimate historian. Please make note of that for future reference.
So far, these characters seem pretty one-note, but I'm guessing they'll develop them like a lot throughout the game, so I'm not worried.
Jeez.
Shouldn't an ultimate historian be good at memorizing stuff?
Yes.
Yes, I'm perfectly proficient at remembering historical facts. This notebook is just for more frivolous information, stuff like shopping lists, classmate birthdays, when to brush my teeth.
Filthy.
Such excellent memory wasted on menial trivia. You probably couldn't even remember the date of your wedding anniversary unless you wrote it down.
Unfortunately.
I think that's the same for most men.
So,
what do you do as the ultimate historian? As of now, I work at the Patso-Womack River Museum in Senekamaka.
And so on and
I direct
so on.
one of the exhibits there, the Cold War era. When I'm not giving tours, I'm studying primary source documents in my office. No wonder you can't get any sleep. If you can stay awake while reading all those boring history books, there's definitely something wrong with you. History isn't for everyone, I'm aware, but it's important knowledge nevertheless. Those who fail to learn from history are doomed to sound stupid when arguing on the internet.
no.
That's not how the saying goes. It isn't, but I updated it to coincide with more modern values. I thought it was funny.
Right.
Humor is subjective.
Anywho,
People have begun gathering outside.
see?
The plan is to discuss our next course of action. Could you please join them?
Sleepy.
Yes, right. Thank you, miss. He hurriedly fumbled through the pages of a notebook. Toshiko Kaira.
Unacceptable!
Did you seriously forget my name? This is the most egregious offense. Take solace in the fact that I am a mere matchmaker and not your romantic partner.
According to
In
my
a larger
notes,
world run by even larger ideas, small things can be easily overlooked. Fanning herself indigently, Toshiko stormed off. Should we follow her? Yeah, this guy we just met probably won't. And she's just back, right? At the base of the tree was a marble bust depicting a figure in a creepy mask. There were cracks all over the mask and one of the eyes was even missing. How old must this thing be? That's probably the mascot, is that guy, I don't know. Glad to see you alright, kid. Of course I'm alright. You gave everyone a scare running away like that. I really thought we could catch you, but... How fortunate that the door came equipped with a lock.
See?
However, it was all worth it. Look at these people I befriended during my exploration. I'll give credit where credit's due. You came back with plenty of spoils. I bet this guy's gonna die first. I'm certain.
Oi, you.
Oi, I want to talk to you for a sec. Huh? You're a pirate, right? Shiver me timbers, ahoy, matey, that kind of pirate, right?
Pirate?
Hey?
Huh? I'm not a pirate, I'm a ship captain. There's a huge difference. A ship
I'm
captain?
talking.
You don't need to be so loud. She was just asking a question. Just a question? Huh. For guys like me, that pirate nonsense is a tired stereotype.
Watch it.
Pirates live off stealing and causing trouble. We ship captains are nothing like those low lives.
Jeez.
If you're not a pirate, then explain the clothes. Does it look like the clothes of a pirate to you? Maybe not a real one, but an exaggerated stereotype, sure.
Please don't.
It's probably best you leave this man alone. I take it he's dealt with their kind before.
Mistake.
I never like to soil the mood, but a man can only stand so much.
I'm real sorry.
Sorry for losing my cool.
Anyway.
Okay, whatever. You said you were a ship captain, right? This guy was acting weird, but I wanted to get more out of him. I never pictured a ship captain receiving an invitation from Eden's Garden Academy, especially not someone like this guy.
That's right.
That's right. I know the seas like the back of my hand, every river and waterway within the north and southern waters. I'm the king of those seas.
I am the king of the seas, hero of the storms.
John?
I am John de la Mer.
John, okay. John de la Mer. I don't need to remember the last name, just John. John. King of the seas, hero of the storms? Do people actually call him that, or did he come up with those names himself?
Is that really true?
You know every river and waterway? Is that really true?
Oh.
Yep, I've studied every map I possibly can. Of course, I haven't actually been everywhere. According to a stingy little thing called Border Patrol, that's known in some parts as trespassing. I may be king of the seas, but I'm not above the law. I suppose that's good enough.
I see.
Either way, it's not like it matters much here. From the looks of it, we're nowhere near the ocean.
Leave it to me.
Fortunately, life as a captain has accustomed me to the unexpected. You lads can trust in me. I will protect you as if you were my own crew.
What now?
Protect? Protect us from what? I suppose from whoever put these wristwatches on us. Then again, there doesn't seem to be anyone else in this place apart from us.
How's that sound?
Guess that means our only obstacle is finding an escape. Not too big of an ask, eh? All we needed to do is find where we entered, then voila, sweet freedom. For such a simple conclusion, he sure was making a big deal out of it.
By the way...
It may interest you to know that people are gathering outside the building Miss Kaira explored. We want everyone together so we can discuss what to do next. Would you like to join?
Good to know.
Always good to keep people on the same wavelength. See you there, mate. That guy's a prick. Not at all what I expected. Funny, he was every bit as dumb as his appearance. What was the Academy thinking inviting someone like him? Everyone's so mean. Or just the main character and that girl, I guess. Everyone else is not that mean. I don't know. Wolfgang is really nice, but he's really suspicious as well. Well done, we've exchanged formalities with everyone here. We should meet up with the others and formulate a plan of action. On our honor as Ultimates, we will not be confined any longer. What a dramatic kid. The others should be gathered by the courtyard outside. That's where I should head next. Is there going to be free time as well? I forgot about that. The other 11 students were gathered in the center of the courtyard, nervously discussing the situation.
Any clue?
So, any clue what's going on here?
What if...
We're being pranked, 100%.
Oh.
This would be a really elaborate prank.
No, seriously.
Some people have the money for it. Whatever it is, I'm killing the prick who's responsible. Unsurprisingly, they didn't seem to be getting anywhere.
Excuse me.
This is off topic, but I don't believe I ever asked her name, allowed a woman an advisor.
Remember the name.
It's Grace, you wanker. Wanka. And your surname, please. Madison, Grace Madison, the ultimate golfer. Hey, how do you know that?
My.
You said it in that dining hall, remember?
That's...
I don't recall you being there for introductions.
However,
Maybe she was eavesdropping?
I would never.
Eavesdropping? I would never. I simply happened to overhear your conversation is all. In other words, she was eavesdropping. He burped. Hey, if we could take a step back for a second, what was this about a dining hall? It's inside the building over there. Is there a kitchen too? They got anything low-cal? I'm starving. Be patient, will you? Introductions are still underway. Okay, but you have to speedrun them.
Oh, man.
Gaming references from someone else? The universe has been thrown out of balance. Shut up. Along with Grace Madison, we have the mighty and prestigious Wolfgang Akira. Akira. I don't know. He's well known as the ultimate lawyer. Yes, that's correct.
Hey, hey.
Oh, hey, lawyer man.
Lawyer?
Lawyer man? Is that your name for me?
Yep.
It's either that or Wolfie. Do you like Wolfie more?
I must decline.
Stay with what you already have.
Hi.
A lawyer? Wow, it's so nice to meet you. Next up we have, Yoshiko turned and squinted at me. His name's be escaping me. Perhaps you might know Wolfgang, Grace?
I'm not...
I have no idea. Fuck if I know his name.
Broski.
He told me, I'm pretty sure it's Mark, right? Ree, my bad. I've got a habit of mixing you sort of guys together.
Oi!
Oi, what are you waiting for? Tell us your name already. Damon Maitsu, ultimate debater.
A debater?
A debater? Ooh, so like a bargain bin lawyer?
Hey.
That's Grace Madison, Damon Maitsu. Who else is left?
Hiya.
Come on, darling, you can do it.
See?
Yes, share your name. Eva.
Oof.
Just Eva?
Just like my video.
Just like the spy? Is that that's a reference, I guess? Eva Tsunaka. That's a very pretty name.
Now would you look at
Fittingly
that?
elegant, isn't it? But let's not get off topic. What's your talent, Eva?
That's...
Now that she's mentioned it, I'm pretty sure you had never told me your talent. What's up with that? I told you mine. It's only fair you tell me yours. She doesn't remember, does she? Ultimate liar. Oh. Ultimate liar? What the fuck? Bruh. Ultimate liar? That's so funny. So, like, what's your actual talent?
deal with it.
That's it. What?
Good to know.
Didn't know lying was something you could be the best at. You learn something new every day.
Are you for real?
You actually believe her? How is someone supposed to make a career out of lying?
Now.
Easy. Get a job in marketing.
It's the truth.
It's just what I am.
How can that be?
Is that supposed to be your explanation?
But
But that's... I mean, if you're the best at lying, how are we supposed to believe anything you say? As he sputtered those last few words, we all turned to Eva expectantly. That was when... it happened. What happened? Oh.
Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Can everyone hear me? Yes? Great! Good morning, my amicable student friends. First off, allow me to apologize. I realize the ride here was a bumpy one, especially for ultimates such as yourselves. But expect things to be different within these halls. Yes, it is my pleasure and privilege to welcome you all to Eden's Garden Academy. May this be the beginning of a wondrous journey.
Doubt it.
Did he just say we're at Eden's Garden Academy?
No.
We can't
You
be.
think?
No kidding, this place looks nothing like a school.
Stop talking
Stop
so loud.
I want to hear this. I'm sure you're on the edge of your seats waiting for a proper orientation, but there's one more thing to do before we can meet face to face. It won't take very long. All I ask is that you enter the building across from me. From there, we can begin preparations for a formal introduction. Until then, farewell.
I must take note of
That was certainly interesting. Couldn't agree more. Whack.
Somebody explain.
Do you think he's the person that brought us here?
You following?
Yo, what if he set up the sleeping gas on the train?
Bit complicated.
Isn't that travel tech? How do you reckon he snuck it on?
Guys.
Sorry to interrupt, but we're not going to skip that part he said about the building, are we? He wants us to go inside. What do you think? Should we?
Hell no!
Hell no! I'm not waltzing right in there just for me to die or something. Die? You think we're going to be harmed?
Hold on.
If our captors want to kill us, we'd already be dead. What would be the point in killing us now? Reactions, I guess? I don't know. I'm not a psychopath.
How should I put
If it calls for it, what if we walk in together as one big group? When you know someone is looking out for you, things can be a lot less scary. Aye. She's got a point. The only way we can progress is if we face the problem head on.
Soybean.
Easier said than done, soybean. I suppose that makes sense, but isn't it too naive? There's nothing wrong with a bit of optimism from time to time. Let's just try it, okay? Alright. We gathered around the entrance, none of us willing to be the first to walk through. Eventually, I mustered enough willpower to push the doors open. So, Damon is going first, I guess. Is there gonna be a cutscene or something? Oh, there is, okay. A dead body? What is that? It's like a dead body. Oh! A dead body, okay. In the prologue. In front of me lay the battered, bloody body of a young woman. Oh, Jesus. Is that girl dead? Why is there a dead body? What happened?
There's no way.
Is this another student?
Holy
shit! What the shit? Dining hall people, you were in this building before. Tell us what's going on.
Dude!
Yeah, why didn't you mention this other girl?
The hell?
The hell? I never even saw her.
Really?
Huh? You were there too, bargain bin? Don't even... There's a floor below us. That's where I woke up.
Very funny.
And you missed a whole ass person? Yeah, right.
Hell no!
You saw her. You must have seen her. Come on, just admit it. Stop pressing me for an answer, you...
Hold on.
I can corroborate Damon's story. There was never a body. Miss Madison and I walked through this exact hallway and saw nothing.
I wasn't
So between
this.
the time you left and the time you returned, this girl was murdered? You think she was murdered? Well, I don't know for sure, but what happened to her? Does that really look self-inflicted?
Oh,
So there's a killer running loose? What? But I don't recall hearing anything when I was waiting outside. Desmond can back me up, right? She's right. There were no screams, and no one left the building. So the killer's still inside? Jesus. Calm down, bro. As more panic shouts filled the corridor, Eva silently walked over to the body. Oi, what are you doing? Ignoring Grace's question, she crouched down beside the dead girl and poked her in the face.
What the?
What the?
You.
The fuck is wrong with you? Stop that.
Strange.
It's not real.
Eh?
This girl. She's just a dummy. She's lying, obviously, because she's the ultimate liar.
How?
No, that's definitely a real body.
You're crazy!
Didn't you just say you were a liar? Why should we believe you?
It's the truth.
If you don't believe me, inspect it yourself. If no one else is offering, I can do it. Wait, him?
Are we ready?
Well, how does that sound to everyone? He turned to look at each of us. I had my reservations, but when his gaze met mine, my lips instantly sealed shut. The look he gave me, it was unexpectedly intense.
Okay.
Yes, you can do it. The pirate casually approached the body and knelt beside it. Then, just like Eva,
Oh, be damned.
would you look at that? She's right. It is a dummy.
For real?
For real? For real?
Say what?
How did she know it was
You
fake?
see?
My intuition. Also, a corpse would smell. This doesn't smell.
Dude, no!
As if. Could you be any more suspect?
That ain't it.
Not just that. There's something under the dummy.
Huh?
Huh? What is it? A tablet. John rose from the ground and turned around to face us. Sure enough, he was holding a tablet. It was slid under the dummy. There's no blood on it as far as I can tell. Nice hiding place. I wouldn't have noticed if I hadn't taken a closer look. It gives the impression I was supposed to, don't it?
For real?
Hey, what's that on the tablet? Let me turn it on. He pressed a button, then walked over and held the tablet out for us to see. Ooh, it's loading something. Wait, Cassidy? Ooh, it's loading something. After a few seconds, the loading symbol vanished. In this place was a photo of the girl. Ooh. What is this? However, the tablet hadn't finished loading. Just after that image, 28 times in her torso and died from blood loss. The victim also suffered from chemical burns to the head. The most notable burns to her eyes and scalp. Time of death is unknown. Culprit. So her name is Kara. Student's aid? Wait, what was that? It reads like a body report. First a dead body that's revealed to be a dummy. Now a body report? What the hell is going on? Jeez, took you long enough to find that tablet. Long ago, a heinous murder was committed, and the victim so happened to be an ultimate, much like yourselves. What? Before you is a perfect reconstruction of the crime scene, as well as an effigy of the victim with the appropriate injuries. It was quite emotionally draining to craft that dummy. It served as a strong reminder of what was lost. She was such a nice girl. So much potential lost to violence. What is this man playing at? Anyway, it is your responsibility to figure out the details of her death. The surrounding area, the murder weapon, how she reacted in her final moments, etc. Oh, but don't worry about finding the murderer's identity. He is already right in front of you. See that gray man on the tablet screen? Yup, that's your guy. Please investigate the crime scene and gather as many clues as you can. After a certain period of time, you will be asked to present your findings to me. Believe me, it's in your best interest to put your full effort into this. Have fun, everyone.
Not okay.
Investigation? What the hell?
Back off.
Fuck, enough of this already. I don't want any part in this. Stop telling me what to do. Grace grabbed a large chunk of rock from the floor and ran over to the speaker. Screaming an obscenity... a slur? What? She pulled her hands as far back as she could.
Brutal!
No way, was that the watch? Trying to destroy private property, that's a zap. Fuck.
Fuck you! Holy...
Is he for real? Is this school really trying to make us solve an old murder?
Don't say that.
Hold on, you guys. You can't just believe everything that strange man claims. Why would Eden's Garden Academy, any academy for that matter, do something like this? Even if it tried to, the Ultimate Talent Program would have stopped them. I wouldn't underestimate the school board executives. Money can get to people's heads and make them take risks they shouldn't. Says you. This academy said it was unique. Maybe this is their version of an entrance exam.
What a joke.
They're so obsessed with being different from the competition, they've forgotten what people want. More like they've forgotten how to be sane.
What did you say?
Would the UTP really be okay with this?
Think about it this
Seems
way.
pretty counterintuitive. Everyone would want to quit their enrollment after this. And Sue.
I'm talking.
If this is the work of a separate group, why are they using the Academy's name? As a way to hide their own, maybe? They might have even kidnapped us because we're attending Eden's Garden Academy.
So...
Explain. Well, what if they knew we all had to board a train? It would explain why we passed out. They boarded the train before us and planted the bag with the gas.
There's gotta be
Because this happened on the train to the Academy, they could claim they are the Academy.
If I may ask.
Everyone keeps saying they. Isn't it the speaker man who kidnapped us?
That's not it.
It obviously wasn't just him. Seizing a train, bringing 16 people to an unknown location, that takes a team to do. Of course, that raises another glaring question. Why us? Why have we been brought into this? Is it because we're ultimates? It's not like anyone's specialty is detective work, it just doesn't add up. I think
Grotesque.
I will let the rest of you handle this. I doubt I'm needed in this grotesque situation. I'll just be on my way. Yeah, that's okay. Actually, can I come with? I'd feel super bad leaving you alone. Oh.
Sure.
Sure, I suppose.
You can do it.
Good luck solving the mystery, everyone. I know you can do it. They just leave. Everyone's just okay with that? Okay. On that note, Diana and Toshiko walked away in that direction of the room with the kitchen. Huh.
Don't get close.
I'm going with them. Screw this. Kai took off down the hallway like his life depended on it. Geez, better than us.
I don't know.
I don't know about all this. Will that man really let us go if we investigate?
Stay calm.
We won't know if we continue standing around like this. For now, all we can do is take the risk and do as he says. He's right. I need to brace myself and follow the directions I've been given. As of now, it's my only way to learn more information about my current situation. I can only hope that this ordeal will be over soon. Nice. So it's an investigation in the prologue, which is kind of interesting. Before I do anything else, I should go back over that tablet. There's a lot going on here. Chemical burns in addition to 28 stab wounds? Jesus, I don't want to believe anything the speaker guy says, but if this murder really is based on true events, damn, the killer is totally sick in the head. Let's talk to these guys first, and then I'll discover the body, explore the fucking search the body. Did you catch the look in Kai's face before he ran away? Dude is about to puke.
Yeah.
Guess the whole thing got the better of him.
For real?
Yeah, it's a real gruesome sight. I swear my dragster that never seen anything like it.
You get me?
I mean, I don't make a habit of running into dead bodies, but still, you know.
I know.
At the end of the day, it's just some puppet. It can't be any worse than a Halloween decoration. Where have you been trick-or-treating, Wolf Creek Creator? A discovery like this would traumatize you. Well, almost anyone. I'm fairly thick-skinned. He's clearly not in the right headspace for an investigation. I should just ignore him. So this is based on a real case. I barely know the girl, and yet I feel horrible. I've had my fair share of grievances, but nothing like what she would have endured. I'd do anything to get back to my ship, even if I had to live through a never-ending storm. John seems to miss being out in sea. I guess I can't blame him. I want to be anywhere but here right now. Ulysses was scribbling something down in his notebook.
I must take note
Curious.
of that.
Corporate television can barely create convincing corpses. How does one wind up here?
Huh?
What does that mean? He finished what he was writing and lowered the book from his face.
According to my
You see,
notes,
convincingly realistic mannequins like this one are real but rare. It's cheaper, albeit chunkier, to recreate a body using special effects, but that's obviously not the case here. Somehow we have a mannequin indistinguishable from a real human. Our captors must not be tight on money.
yes.
They could produce an amazing TV show, certainly. Okay. I can't believe this is happening. It's just a dummy. It'll all be fine. She's clearly having a moment. Not something I want to deal with right now. Mark.
Hi.
Hey, are you investigating? I'll take that as a no. A laundromat? What's a laundromat doing here? Apart from how weathered it was, it didn't match Always at all. Could we be inside some kind of hotel? Maybe it fell to ruin because it didn't know how to spend its budget. Hello, Grace. This stupid murder mystery theater thing is just a waste of time. This school is stupid. The train that took us here is stupid. Everyone here is even more stupid.
Son of a bitch!
Ugh, get me out of here! Doesn't sound like she wants to investigate, probably for the best. Our captors gave us a lot of information about this victim. To their credit, what's written on the tablet seems accurate, but I should inspect the body just in case. Damn it, it's just a doll, damn it. Stop hesitating. It looks really real. The doll was slumped against the door, her torso soaked in blood. Parts of her shirt had been ripped open, exposing bits of bloody, indiscernible pulp. I quickly took a step back, trying to control my breathing to avoid throwing up. It's just a doll. There's no reason to be afraid of a doll. A bloody knife lay next to the victim. It's safe to say that this must be the murder weapon. There's a gun for some reason. The initial sight of the doll shocked me so much I completely overlooked this rifle. Inspecting it now, I realized something. If the victim was stabbed, why was her rifle near her body? The rifle. Could you step back a bit? I'm curious about something.
No.
What? No, I'm... Before I could finish my sentence, John walked over to where I was and picked up the gun. Hey, you're messing with the crime scene. Ignoring me, he released the magazine out of the gun with surprising ease. Eh? From the top of the magazine protruded a loaded bullet.
I see.
Huh, that's interesting. This rifle hasn't even been used. Damn, a loaded gun. What's going on in the killer's head? Why bring a gun to the crime scene and not even use it? Unless that gun was purely for intimidation? It's not very logical, but it'd be a twisted game to play with the victim. The girl has been stabbed repeatedly. I don't need the tablet to know that. However, her cause of death, you'd think it was a stab to the heart or something, but the tablet claimed blood loss. Taking a closer look, the wounds, they didn't seem excessively deep. At least not deep enough to pierce her heart. If she died from blood loss, what does that say about the killer? They probably could have killed her quickly if they wanted. Did they want her to suffer a slow death? Damn, this is messed up. Her hands were surprisingly clean, all things considered. There were no other marks or injuries apart from her nails. It looked like there was dried blood underneath them. Why was there blood under her nails but not on the rest of her hand? That seemed to be all the evidence, nothing else was catching my eye. I should check the inside of the closet now. Like the rest of the building, the inside of the closet was old and dilapidated. It was the last place I'd want to dig through, but I had to gather as much evidence as possible. Otherwise, I won't be able to present a strong argument. Eva? You lying bitch. There might be more clues around here. I'm going to check this entire closet for evidence. No thanks. A person like her is probably more likely to cause a murder, not solve one. Alright, have fun with that. We must make every effort to examine the crime scene as thoroughly as possible. Not for the sake of entertaining the people who kidnapped us, but for the sake of the victim. After all, this was based on a real murder, was it not? That was what the tablet said, though I'm still skeptical about the validity of that statement.
Check it out!
Hey, check out what's behind this door! Saying that, she stepped away from the corner. It's a ladder. Didn't seem like there's anything strange about her. Why was this brought to my attention again?
Dude, not
I'm disappointed in you. Huh?
So happy!
You call that thing a ladder? It's so obviously a step ladder. That's a Phoenix Wright reference. I saw that coming.
Seriously?
Aren't they practically the same thing?
Pardon me.
I have to agree with Miss Amber. Everyone knows an ace investigator, right there, must record his evidence as accurately as possible. That's certainly what the victim would want. Blah, a guy that doesn't get my references is no fun to be around. I'm gonna check on the peeps outside. Smell you later, lawyer man. She's already out of here, didn't she? Did she even investigate anything besides a stupid ladder? When I saw the ladder, I was thinking she would make a Phoenix Wright reference, but she did. It's a bucket. Pretty typical thing to find inside a janitor's closet, but why is it randomly lying here? There's nothing inside it except, what is this smell? It smelled like bleach? There's a clock above the door. It doesn't seem like it works. Looks like that everything around here. Looks like that's everything around here. Okay. I checked all the containers on the shelf. They're all full, with the exception of one. A bottle of bleach. Bleach? Huh, there was a bucket in this closet that reeked of it.
Makes sense.
That's probably not a coincidence, given this thing is supposed to emulate a real crime scene. It's crazy how much effort has been put into this. I can't think too much about what kind of situation we're in, or I'll never be able to handle it. Ingrid. These shelves are real intriguing. Take a look. Some of the cleaning brands go as far back as the 80s and 90s. You recognize them? Because I use them. Why would you do that?
How should I put
Old
it?
chemicals do the job better since there were fewer regulations about what's poisonous and all that. Just don't ask where I got them. Don't want to alert the fuzz. I'm sure they don't care about our black market cleaning supplies. That security camera, it's brand new. Now that she's mentioned it, it does look out of place. You think it would have a gathered dust like the other items in here. Did it recently get cleaned or something? My company's headquarters have similar ones installed, except these cameras are even more high-tech. Typical school, spending more on security than educating their students. That's assuming this is even the academy's doing. Alright everyone, that's time! Look at you all. You investigate the crime scene so well, it's enough to bring a tear to my eye. Jokes aside, please meet by the elevator for the class trial. You should find it somewhere around the Tree of Ignorance. Don't make me wait too long, I might start getting zap happy. See you soon! Class trial? What the hell does that mean? Sounds like that's the end of our investigation. I got like 4 truth bullets.
Let's see.
If we're done with this closet, we should go outside and talk to the others.
Come off the grass.
Oi, what the hell is a class trial? Your guess is as good as mine.
Duh.
Obviously, we're going to court.
What?
Court?
What?
He's going to put us on trial?
Listen to me.
Maybe that's where we'll talk about the clues we found.
Just the same.
It makes sense for our current situation. Investigation, clues, files, what else could that stuff be for? Good point. It does seem oddly similar to court procedures. Obviously, we're missing key suspects and witnesses, but they don't seem to be relevant to this case anyway.
Wait a minute.
He mentioned that this elevator was near the Tree of Ignorance, right? He must be referring to the room with the tree.
Focus.
Probably, yeah. It's the only thing I can think of. However, I don't recall seeing an elevator anywhere. It's in the tree, right? Then what are we waiting for? Let's get our butts over there. She keeps treating this like a dumb game. If we're really going on trial, that's going to be a nuisance to deal with.
Okay.
We might as well follow her. One by one, everyone left. I guess I have no choice but to go as well. How do you remain so stoic at a time like this? Aren't you worried at all?
It's simple.
No, not really. It's not like we're investigating some high-stakes murder. Just a dummy, that's a... Yes, quite. I completely concur. She's obviously faking it. Without even looking at her face, I can tell she's sweating bullets. A little bit weird, but maybe she just thinks the murder, like she's just nervous because it looked like a murder. When I arrived at the tree, I saw that people were already bickering.
Check it out.
A big tree? Eden's Garden Academy? Overused religious symbolism is tight. I really hope we get let out after this.
You.
Can you confirm, liar chick? Why are you asking her?
Off the grass.
Come off the grass. She's clearly faking her talent.
I hear
And that
you
makes her
right.
one of the bad guys? Who would want to fake their identity besides someone with a secret to hide? Pff, I bet she's the one who brought that gas bomb onto the train.
Really?
And she didn't think to bring a mask to avoid passing out or whatever?
If no one else is gonna
If all
say
you
it.
needed was a mask to protect you. Hey, don't look at me. I literally passed out. This helmet's got plenty of holes in it. I'd suffocate
I've
otherwise.
got something to say.
No, the liar's chick totally sus. Just gonna ignore that. Just look at how calm she's been acting. She somehow knew that dead body was a dummy, then she poked it in the face? That's not
Deal
normal.
with it.
I told you, that's my intuition. Intuition my ass.
Hold your horses.
It's not unbelievable. My gut told me we should inspect the doll. Now look at us, we're on a mission to solve her murder.
Any clue?
Where's this elevator supposed to be again? That's right, there's meant to be an elevator around here. But all I see is the Tree of Ignorance. Maybe we're missing something here. Or maybe we're being played for fools. Probably need to inspect the statue, but I'll talk to everyone first. The Tree of Ignorance. This reminds me of an exhibit I saw in London.
Come again.
That's certainly
For
random.
your information.
Well, it was a very memorable exhibit.
No.
The London thing. Were you on vacation? A vacation? No, I don't do much of those anymore. Why is that?
Never mind.
Inconsequential. Nevertheless, London was one of the nicer places to visit. Even if it was only for a few days, I really enjoyed meeting everyone there. There was no way she would have met everyone in London in a few days.
Damn.
That golfer woman made some loaded accusations, huh? People can believe what they want about me. In the meantime, I'm going to search for the elevator.
I see.
Alright then. My mom will be so worried when I don't answer her calls. Accepting that letter was the worst mistake of my life. Fat ass. That was so mean. This'll definitely be a story to tell the folks back home. Tisk. Let's just get this over with and done. My least favorite character so far is definitely Cassidy. New objective, find the elevator.
Yep.
It can't be that hard, can it? Come on, let's investigate. Like a way worse version of Shiaki. I think Jed is a funnier version.
Weird.
There's gotta be an elevator somewhere around here. Maybe it's hidden behind some kind of crud, it's on the tip of my tongue. It's called fucking... Awesome, it's called fucking. Yeah, not funny, dude. That was kind of funny. Jet, you're funny. Mark? Well, you going to help? This is just stupid. Is that his attempt at an excuse?
Hey, hey.
Hey, don't look so down. Even though things seem uncertain at the moment, try not to let it get to you.
Put a smile on that face.
You should wear a big smile. Smiling always makes me feel better. Thanks for the advice. And I thought I was finally gonna have a normal school experience. Nobody's going to believe this. Well, they might believe you guys, but the whole world's gonna laugh at me.
This sucks.
This sucks. He definitely has an inflated view of himself. Is there really an elevator around here? Seems kind of hard to believe. Wouldn't that sort of thing be pretty difficult to, you know, hide? Once this is all over, I think I'll allow myself a nap.
Interesting.
A class
indeed.
trial, huh? That liar chick is definitely hiding something. Probably. No matter how much you morons deny it's the truth. It's the creepy statue with the chunk missing from its face. I didn't notice this for the first time, but the edges along the missing section were surprisingly clean. It looked less like the chunk naturally fell off and more like someone carved it out.
What you doing?
You noticed the statue too, don't you? Huh? Oh yeah.
All right.
What's up with the statue? There's definitely something whack about it. I just can't put my finger on what. The mask is broken. There's a piece missing. Is that weird? The statue is probably like super old. It makes sense to be cracking and stuff.
I'm talking.
No, this definitely seems intentional.
Way.
Like it's crappy on purpose. Even so, it's not relevant to the elevator, is it? Well, you know,
What
maybe if we
about-
find the piece and place it back on the statue, something will happen. Like a puzzle-solving game. That sounds kind of far-fetched, but it wouldn't hurt to try.
Sounds easy.
You saying we gotta look around for the other part of the mask? Ree! Hold on to your butts, because I got the eyes of a predator.
Whatever.
This isn't a comp. Well, never mind. With that, everyone started to search for the tree again. Some people inspected the tree itself while others scoured around it. After what seemed like only a few minutes, Grace stood up frantically with something in her hand. Oi, everyone, I found it! We gathered around Grace to see what she was holding.
Nice.
Nice, that must be it. What should we do with it? Should we just stick it back in the mask?
Leave it to me.
Probably, yeah, I'll take care of it.
Soybean.
Back off, Hercules, you ain't the one who found it. Grace brought the piece over to the statue and slotted it right into the mask. And then, nothing happened.
Fail.
Oh, that was anticlimactic. Suddenly, the ground we were standing on began to shake.
Golly!
Oh, golly!
Oh, shit!
Are we about to die? And there we go. Ah! Bro, stop screaming. Yo, I was right.
Whoa.
That actually worked. A fucking secret passageway in the tree. I never thought I'd see that. The Tree of Knowledge, a symbol of sentience, intuition, and understanding, exists only here as a barren replica. The Tree of Ignorance emulates the wonder of nature, but does not achieve it. And justly so, for ignorance often aspires to be seen as wisdom. What does that mean? Oh god, now he's spitting random philosophy. We're so fucked. Will this take us to the elevator?
What about...
The stairs at the foot of the opening.
Yep.
What are we waiting for? Let's explore.
If I may ask.
Why the sudden rush?
Duh.
I want to get home, duh.
Elementary,
If we get this
my
over
dear.
with, we'll get out quicker. It's simple math.
Sure.
Fair enough. Suspicious. So we just walk in, do we? One by one, we approach the opening of the tree and descended into the darkness. Elevator shot, classic elevator shot from Danganronpa games. This is an elevator. I see. The elevator is underneath the tree. Reckless investments, I'm telling you. With a rumble, the elevator began its descent. We stood in silence, 16 worried strangers plummeting into the unknown. That's where we were, after all. Random people thrown into this horrible place. And for what? Some twisted man's game? A fake crime scene, an investigation, a creepy statue, an elevator in a tree. None of this was the work of your average kidnapper. This was something much bigger, and in no way could it be connected to Eden's Garden Academy. The elevator began to slow, snapping me out of my thoughts. I stood up tall, and when movement stopped completely, the doors opened. What does it look like? Oh, okay, looks like Danganronpa 2 trial room. In front of us was a large circular hall supported by marble pillars. In the center of the room, 16 podiums had been arranged into a circle. Were those for us? Welcome everyone, I hope you enjoyed the elevator ride, even if it was a bit quick. As you can see, this is the trial room. Each podium has a name on it. Find your designated podium and stand there until I give out further instructions.
However...
And if we don't comply, then I'll zap you, of course.
Back off.
Not this zapping shit again. Just face it, Miss Madison, we have to go along with his demands. Looks like there's a few smart ones in the pack, eh? We'll come along now, we don't have all day. There was no avoiding it. We had to assume our places. Scanning the faces around me, everyone wore similar expressions. Discomfort, anger, worry, it didn't end. We've been kidnapped and forced to play as pawns in some insane game. No free will, no choice in their actions. All we could do is move forward. We had hope. We had to hope for an escape. A way to run from this twisted place. We had to solve this murder case. I bet Wolfgang is not gonna die for a while, probably. Class trial in session. Yay. Woo. I'm excited.
Let's begin with a brief explanation of the class trial. The objective here is simple. Explain how the murder took place. Using evidence you've gathered during the investigation, you will argue what you believe happened to the victim. Should you all agree on the right answer, you will be free to leave this place. Should you all agree on the wrong answer, well, you'll find out.
So we're gonna find the wrong answer then? Because we'll find out where
That's all there is to it. Have fun, everybody.
Somebody, get me out of here.
If this is something we must discuss, I know a good place to start.
Get me out of here, 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 get me out of here!
Jesus.
Somebody get me out of here!
Oh.
What happened to her? Oh, shit! They fried her brain!
Calm down. It's only a shock. She won't suffer any permanent side effects. If I wanted to see the brain dead bicker, I'd just turn on the telly. On that note, please, carry on.
Okay. Holy shit, the people running this thing aren't playing around.
As you were saying, Wolfgang?
Right. The way I see it, the objective of this trial...
By the way, can I get like a seat with this thing? I'm just gonna be an onlooker. It's only fair.
You're seriously not going to contribute?
What am I even supposed to do?
Put your detective hat on, buddy. We're here to solve a mystery.
Yeah. Who murdered that dummy chick, right?
Not who murdered her, how they murdered her.
Did that tablet not explain it?
It listed her wounds, yes, but it didn't explain how they were inflicted.
Probably because it's so obvious.
But, Miss Amber, you didn't even read the tablet.
And I don't have to.
Would you look at that? The debate's already underway.
These guys are clearly confused. I need to stop them before they arrive at the wrong conclusion. Oh gosh, you hear that? That's the sound of a non-stop debate approaching. Assault rifle.
The mystery was never about who killed Kara, but how she died.
Okay.
Is that true? Objection! It's obvious
Yes, Cassidy.
what the murder weapon was.
I didn't get a good look at the crime scene.
I didn't mean to do that.
But
Fuck.
the body was pretty bloody.
And what could have spilled that blood besides that big scary gun?
No, that's wrong!
No, that's wrong!
Cassidy, can you stop butting in? You barely investigated the crime scene to begin with.
Whoa, what? I searched that place from top to bottom.
Alright, then tell me, how was a fully loaded assault rifle used as the murder weapon?
That's easy. It wasn't. Obviously, the shooter reloaded their gun to full capacity. Any smart shooter could tell you that. Right, Desmond?
Why are you bringing me into this?
Except, the victim suffered multiple stab wounds to the torso. If the gun was fired, not only should the body have had bullet wounds, but there would be shell casings from the fired bullets. We saw neither at the crime scene.
Details. If the gun didn't do that, chicken, what was the actual
There's a
murder
knife there, you cock. The actual murder weapon, that's obvious. I get to choose. The door, the ladder, the bucket, or the knife. Okay.
I got it.
I got it. The animations are really good. Like, holy shit.
Bloody knife. It's just so blatantly obvious. It was literally right next to the
Okay, at least I'm not treating it like it's some, like, big thing.
Cam's razor gotta ruin everything.
Interesting.
What does that mean?
Both the knife and the rifle were present at the crime scene, but only the knife was used.
Kind of weird, choosing the inferior weapon.
Nothing beats the sting of a sharpened blade.
If the killer didn't use the rifle, why was it at the crime scene?
Maybe it came from inside the closet.
Don't see why you'd be storing a gun in a janitor's closet.
Man, I don't know. What if it's not even related to the murder?
Of course it's related. It's covered in blood.
Oh no. Everyone's starting to yell.
This debate is getting out of control fast. I need to say something.
Yet they opted for the knife. Odd choice.
I agree.
I bet that gun didn't even work.
I don't know about
These
that.
days, it's all about aesthetics over effectiveness.
That's like your opinion, lady.
That's
If
like
the gun
your
was
opinion,
broken,
lady.
then the killer would have no reason to bring it with them. And yet, they did.
Watch it be for the aesthetic.
Killer.
Easy.
No,
I actually don't even know what I'm refuting here, but I'll try it.
Stop that thought right there. If we keep assuming the killer had the gun, we'll end up running in circles.
What? You think the killer was unarmed?
No, they were definitely armed. With the knife. The reason they didn't use a gun is probably because they never had it to begin with.
But then, who did?
Easy.
Are you stupid?
The victim.
Whoa, the dummy had the gun?
If it wasn't the killer, it has
The
to be
dummy?
her. She must have brought it to the closet. She was probably carrying it before the murder, but dropped it when the killer attacked her.
Oh, I guess that makes some sense.
Complete sense.
Complete
I
sense.
wouldn't be so sure about that. Aren't you overlooking something?
Huh?
The victim was stabbed from the front, meaning she could have seen the killer coming, correct? If so, why didn't she shoot them?
A stealth attack! I bet the killer memorized her AI movement.
Shut up.
That girl must have been killed before she had the chance to defend herself.
That's not technically true. There's evidence of a struggle between the victim and the killer.
Specifically, evidence that shows the victim attempted to fight back. What is that? Oh, the dried blood. Okay.
This is it. We found dry blood under the victim's fingernails, which implies she was clawing at her attacker. Of course, no explanation is definitive without photo proof of the killer, but I'm confident this is what happened.
Why would you resort to scratching when you're carrying a gun?
Did something get in the way of her using it?
Wonder if that killer stole it from her.
She should have seen or heard him coming from the hallway at the very least.
Why do you think she was in the hallway?
That's where the fight happened, right?
I think you're getting ahead of yourself. How can we be sure the fight happened there?
Maybe the fight started in the hallway, and after it ended, her body was dragged into the closet.
If that happened, shouldn't there have been streaks of blood on the floor? Or in the hallway?
Drag marks. Can't say I saw any.
True.
It was merely a jest. No need to take it so seriously.
Instead of dragging the victim, what if the killer carried her? I don't know why they would want to do that, but it would explain the lack of drag marks.
But then, wouldn't the killer have been covered in
blood? Aye. It should have gotten
Aye.
Those wounds were brutal. A few inches deep, I reckon. Carrying her would have done nothing to stop the blood flow.
Good point.
She was obviously killed in the closet. That's where the blood was?
Yes, you're right. I'm so sorry for derailing the conversation.
Moving on.
Yeah, everyone's so
that
mean,
fight.
but
The victim had the gun, but
she was just adding to the
overpowered?
conversation.
If she wanted to, she could have just, you know.
It doesn't make much sense, does it?
There must be something we're missing. Something that explains how the victim was overpowered. And I know I'm the only one who can figure that out. Ego much?
That
Is that...
slimy killer pulled a fast one and knocked the gun out of her hand.
By the sounds of it, those two did have a crazy tussle.
But she still carried a gun. So why didn't she shoot?
I bet that girl didn't even see them coming.
Yes! Fuck.
Maybe she thought the killer was her friend? I know
think that was
would've had
right.
a friend.
Oh, it's a tablet. What am I doing?
She tried clawing their eyes out.
Didn't.
Damn it. Okay, Jesus Christ. You got it. You got it.
John actually has a point. The victim probably couldn't see what was going on. According to the tablet, she suffered chemical burns to the face and eyes. That sort of injury would have effectively blinded her. Also, inside the janitor's closet, there was a large empty bottle of bleach. That's probably the chemical that caused the burns.
Blinded? With bleach? That's horrible.
All that pain, yet she still managed to fight back.
She sure put up a struggle. Without a gun, I guess the next best thing was her hands.
So the killer was definitely the one who blinded her.
Indeed. Knowing she had a gun, he blinded her to make her less dangerous. Then, when he pinned her against the door and stabbed her, she tried to retaliate.
Until eventually dying from her wounds.
I feel like the music is a little too loud. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit.
Jeez, this is brutal. Couldn't they have toned down the violence?
The past is in the past, and we can't change that. All we can do is solve her untimely death, eh?
I mean, by the sounds of it, we've already figured it out, right?
No. Not yet.
Seriously?
But we've already discussed so much!
We know she was
Have you?
armed.
I feel like
We
I haven't
know
discussed
she
that
was
much.
blinded. We figured out how she died. How is this not a closed case?
Please understand, I'm proud of everyone's hard work so far. Because of you, we're one step closer to bringing the victim justice.
This was never about the dummy.
However, we should think of this
Yeah.
case like an equation.
This guy's really suspicious still.
Knowing how it works is only half the struggle. Now we need to figure out why.
As in, the motive?
You're on the right track.
You speak like we have any information on the killer. The man's a stock image. He doesn't even have a name. What are we supposed to ascertain from that? That he's a non-character?
Not every answer will be written down for you. Sometimes actions speak louder than...
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Hold the
Where the hell did you come from?
Grace?
Whoa, what? Since when was Grace back to normal?
Right now, Soybean. Watching you guys try to solve this mystery has been like watching a dumpster catch on fire. I guess all that smoke must have clouded your vision, 'cause there's a big-ass elephant in this room.
An elephant in the room?
That's giving us too much credit.
So the killer incapacitated that girl. She had a gun, it makes total sense. Problem is, you've yet to explain how he used the bleach.
I sort of assumed he spilled it on the victim.
Right. He just tipped the bottle over her.
That bottle is where the bleach came from, sure. But I doubt the bottle itself was involved in the murder.
It was probably poured into the bucket and then he like put her head in the bucket or some shit.
When we found it, it was neatly ordered on a shelf near the back of the closet. The gun and knife were just thrown on the floor. So it's weird this weapon was handled so differently.
Do you think the killer just poured the contents of that bottle into something else?
Sure, before the actual murder took place, I'd say.
And what is this something else? Go on. Explain it before this dumpster turns molten.
She's really stubborn about this, but I get the point she's trying to make. Before we move on from this subject, we need to make sure its logic is completely sound. Alright then, let's put out this fire.
Well, if the original bottle's been emptied, where'd the bleach go?
Into another bottle?
What about a container?
Wait, that might have
There
been
were
it.
a bunch
Fuck.
in the closet.
I bet the killer had a secret water gun.
No.
So when the victim came in, pow!
Shut up.
He squirted her in the eyes.
Hey,
You're annoying.
the ink vanishes when the battle's over.
Call the fire brigade, Grace.
Inflict. Okay, it was obviously the container. Boom. Got it. I forgot her name. I did not remember her name.
She's correct. The killer put the chemicals in a bucket. Or, more specifically, the same bucket we found at the crime scene. After all, it reeked of bleach. If the killer didn't use it to transport bleach, what else did they use it for? Personal cleaning? I doubt it.
Yo, that makes sense.
A broken clock is right twice a day.
Ingrid. How am I supposed to remember that name, bruh?
Okay, cool. So, how'd the killer use that bucket to spill bleach in the victim's eyes?
It would be a fairly heavy
We already
bucket,
used all
so
the
it's
evidence,
unlikely
so-
he threw it on her.
She'd shoot him before he even had the chance. Use your brain, mate.
Of course, my apologies.
It's a good question. How was the killer able to get a hefty bucket of chemicals into the victim's eyes? Especially without her knowing. There must be some kind of clue missing here. Think, Damon, think.
Even if he did manage to splash her, the girl should have sustained intense facial burns. However, aside from her eyes, her face was relatively untouched.
Well, if you check the tablet, it said she had burns to the scalp, too.
Burns to the scalp? How does that work? Unless those chemicals came from above?
Above? Yes, that's right. Above.
Did the killer somehow suspend the bucket in the air? Maybe there was a mechanism that made it tip over when someone entered the room.
Where's this bucket supposed to be again?
Above. Which, well, could mean anything.
Was the killer hiding above the door frame?
There's no way they were up there. There's nothing for them to sit or hold on to. Not to mention, they couldn't have stabbed her from up there.
And if there's no place for the killer to sit, then there's no place for the bucket to sit.
Unless you take into account the size difference.
Eh?
The space above the entrance might not be able to support a person, but it could still support something as small as a bucket.
And that thing supporting the bucket?
The killer wanted two things, for the bucket to be above the victim and for it to spill on her when she entered the room. In other words, he needed to balance the bucket, but on what? The door frame, probably, right? The door? Like, so when the door opened, it spilled on her?
I got it.
Okay, I thought so, yeah.
I don't know how we overlooked this, but I've got it. The killer just balanced the bucket on the door.
Like in those water bucket pranks people film?
Exactly.
Yeah.
When the victim came into the room, she pushed open the door and caused the bucket to fall on her. This would make it so she couldn't shoot back or even get a chance to see her assailant. When the bucket hit the ground,
Why the hell did she have a gun, bro?
It probably rolled away. That'd explain why we found it a couple feet from the victim.
That is a possibility, yes.
It sounds like the best conclusion.
There's just one problem. How was the killer able to reach that high? Unless they were abnormally tall, it'd be difficult to place something on top of that door.
Well, let's use that as our next point of discussion. How did the killer set up this trap?
To balance that bucket on the door, the killer would need to reach pretty high. Was there anything at the crime scene they could have used as a boost? If I can answer that, it'll add further credibility to my theory. There's a ladder right there, so, you know. Yes, Peacock.
This is it. There was a stepladder hiding behind the closet door. The killer probably used that. After climbing it, they could position the bucket right on top of the door.
Figures.
My precious stepladder? You think the bad guy used my super duper obvious stepladder?
Match point! Occam's razor!
What does that mean?
It appears our killer didn't care much for subtlety. No matter how obvious it seems, it's the only answer that makes sense.
It was the only knickknack of its kind, too. If there's something else that killer could have used, it's escaping me.
I see. It makes sense with what we've got so far, but I'm not done yet. I still have one last question for you apes.
Please just leave us alone. Oh, I'm so tired.
Hey, don't be like that. Grace may be loud, but her questions have really helped our discussion.
Anyway, what was the killer doing when that bucket poured onto the girl's head?
He obviously didn't just stand there and observe.
I have to agree. They must have been hiding somewhere, waiting for her to arrive. Somewhere nearby, I'd assume. Where was the killer hiding? Outside the general closet, the door, in the back. Probably in the back, I'm assuming. In the back.
I got it.
Okay, I thought so.
I've got it. The killer was hiding in the back of the closet. If he was pressed up against the furthest shelf and facing the entrance, there'd be a diagonal path between him and his victim. I say diagonal because that's the only way he can make a direct charge forward. Also, when the victim entered the room, she would have been standing with her back to the hallway, right outside the killer's range. That's why the stab wounds were only made to her chest.
True.
Creating the crime scene we found! Great job, guys! We're actually doing this!
That was the last mystery, right? We must have put everything together now.
Even if it's all fake, I feel really bad for this victim.
It's an ugly sight, but she's no victim.
Huh?
Well, technically she is, but...
But she had a gun.
Let's be real. The girl was carrying a gun. She probably provoked the killer, and they killed her in self-defense. It's a clear-cut case of the hunter becoming the hunted, no?
That's no excuse.
What?
There's no justifying murder. Killing a woman is the worst thing a man could do.
You're emanating a sizable amount of emotional tension. Are you okay?
There's no excuse. There never was an excuse.
Is he like the murderer or something? Why is he so
28 stab wounds. No girl, no person should ever suffer Kara's fate.
Wait, who's Kara?
It was the victim's name! Didn't anyone read the tablet?
I agree with you, dude. But you don't have to shout out your point.
Oi, what's all this about? We figured out the case. Stop trying to drag it on.
No. We're not finished here.
Huh?
There's no murder without a proper motive. We need to discuss why Kara died.
I am not going this far for a fictional murder case. We aren't looking for
fictional.
a murderer. We're looking for answers, which we have.
Do you turn in a half-finished exam, Winona? An essay without its conclusion? This isn't about efficiency, this is about being right. Or do you, a supposed entrepreneur, not value integrity?
What the hell?
Let's just talk about the motive. There's no harm in doing that, right?
She's way too
Well,
nice.
What was the motive? Was the killer fighting for their life? Or were they going out of their way to murder?
Maybe the gun freaked him out.
If I was in the killer's shoes, I'd definitely be nervous. Thing is, while acting out of self-defense is possible, since when does it look like this?
Given the severity, I'd liken it to a crime of passion.
Something done on impulse?
What if they were frightened? A spooky thing might have set them off big time.
That's wrong. There's no way this was done in self-defense. No matter what excuse the killer uses, it doesn't change the fact they have blood on their hands.
Yo, bud, you seem a little pressed.
Silence! I won't allow this!
Jesus. Wow, things are getting emotional. Well, you've only been using logical arguments for this trial so far. You might not know my weakness and use your approach. The pathos mechanic. Pathos. During non-subtly emotionally charged commentary of your classmates. Okay, pathos statements, yeah. Wait, what? Oh, the pink thing? Oh, so you can... Oh, so you can... Okay, this is absorbing. Okay. So you can get in unique conversations if you use pathos statements. That's cool.
To kill Kara so easily and without restraint. There is no way to justify this.
Take a chill pill, man.
You expect me to stay calm? This was the sadistic killing of one of humanity's brightest.
We
Sadistic
shouldn't
killing.
make a lot of assumptions about the killer's morals. This could have been self-defense.
You don't even know the damn killer. Just the crime scene they left behind.
This killer, dead or alive, deserves to be brought to justice!
He definitely knows her.
But how can we do that? There's no reason to trust you if you have no proof.
So says the ultimate liar.
Was this murder justified or was it truly unforgivable? I feel like I have an obligation to find the truth.
There's no...
No, that's wrong!
There's no reason to trust you, yeah.
Expertise shouldn't be overlooked here. If there's anyone to believe, it's the lawyer.
Say what?
Wolfgang has spent his life in the courtroom and on the crime scene. He'd understand the criminal mind in ways we can't possibly imagine. He was even emotionally invested in a murder case he'd never seen before.
Oh, I assumed it was because he knew the murder, like the fucking victim or something.
If his lawyer's intuition tells us that the killer was in the wrong, then we have no reason to disagree. We're all ultimates for a reason. We need to trust in talent.
Well spoken. If Wolfgang is adamant about the killer's intentions, we should have faith in him.
Yeah, Wolfgang's clearly trying his best for us.
Let's trust in the lawyer and his bargain bin buddy.
Shut up.
Hey! If it means going home, then new guy's convinced me.
Right on!
What do you mean new guy? All of us are new, bro.
Thank you all for your support.
Well, Eva, do you still disagree?
Even if I did, it's not worth pursuing.
Does this mean we're done here? Hey! We're disembodied voice! We figured out your stupid case! Now let us leave!
Bro's sleeping.
You're finally done.
He wasn't even listening.
I stopped paying attention a long time ago.
What? We only went through this case because of you.
Silly me, I have a short attention span. So, just for my own benefit, why don't you summarize the information you've learned? It'll be good practice.
Practice?
I'll do as you ask. I'll present the truth.
We'll present the truth together. Let's dig into it.
Sorry. Okay, it's time to bring the fucking closing argument. Easy. That's the easiest case of all time.
Are you satisfied?
A measly 3 acts. Poor Horace would be beside himself.
Who the hell is...
No one cares!
Poor Horace.
We've done your end of the bargain. Now let us out already!
That is what I promised, isn't it?
I'll let you leave this room.
But before I do, may I be frank with you all for a second? This entire time I've been hiding behind a speaker, afraid to show my face. My heart tells me you'll react cruelly to it. However, my head, it raises a compelling argument. Who cares what others think? Shouldn't I get to have a little fun once in a while?
True.
Yes. Let's do away with these silly boundaries.
Is it that
already.
mask?
It's time we meet face to face.
Face to face?
What
By
was
Daft
that all
Punk?
about?
Everybody, look over there.
Oh. Oh. There he is. I knew he would look like that.
Toss away those pickaxes, peasants! The walls have finally crumbled. What will you do now that you've reached the other side? Will you treasure this new land? Serve it? Or will you set it ablaze? Well, peasants, have you made your choice?
Yo, what the fuck is going on?
Yo, what the fuck is going on? This person, his voice.
Are you the speaker guy?
Does Damon recognize him or
Speaker
something?
No. You don't address your superiors like that. Within the halls of this academy, you'll refer to me by one name.
Horace?
And one name only. His Highness, the great
Tozu.
and powerful Tozu, host of the Killing Game.
Killing game? Class trial end.
Well done.
Or you can call me Tozu for short. Hey, what do you mean killing game?
The show must
Did
go
you
on.
really think the story would end once we reached the climax of the case? Quite the contrary, this is only the beginning. Of
That
what?
Why the long face?
Isn't it obvious? You, my dear subordinates,
Blood is
are
rotting.
going to kill each other. That's like not. That's not.
Come on.
That's not funny.
But then...
But you said we could go home if we solved the mystery. I gave you peasants an incentive. It's not my fault you took it the wrong way. What are you talking about? You lied to us.
Rubbish.
Lied? Oh, no, absolutely not. I'm a fair man, a man sworn to the truth. And if I recall correctly, you'll be free to leave this place. I specifically said you could leave this room, not go home. You sneaky son of a bitch.
Not okay!
You're full of shit, man. There you go, losing control of your voice. That's how you know you've lost the argument. Logic is a cowardly thing like that. It'll jump ship the moment it's confronted with a challenge. He didn't lie, did he? He said he never lies. So when he said this was Eden's Garden Academy? Bullshit. What am I doing believing someone like him? There's no other way around it. He's lying.
Dude!
Hey, why didn't you tell us about your dumb game sooner? And watch you peasants run away.
Pathetic.
I can't host a game without any contestants.
Please don't.
Please don't do this.
I just
want to... Yeah, okay. I want to be with my family. Please, just let me go home.
There's no need to worry.
There's no need to cry, Miss Tollner. Huh? We're all civilized here. No one is going to kill simply because they've been ordered to. What's this? The peasant has a rebuttal?
Let's see.
A match between unprepared, unfit players. You could hardly call that a match. In much the same way, this game you've proposed, a killing game between students who don't have the heart to kill.
Nonsense.
Do you seriously think we'll abandon our morals so quickly?
Hey!
Yeah, that's totally right. We're like super boring people. We don't have what it takes to do something like this.
Indeed.
My heart is terribly soft, softer than the most delicate piece of mochi. When I see a fly in my room, I catch the poor dear in a jar and return her to nature. She's probably gonna kill, bruh.
I would never!
My mochi heart would melt otherwise.
I see.
That's your argument, is it?
How interesting.
So, what has you so convinced? What do you mean? What makes you think the people in this room lack the heart to kill? Do you even know anything about them besides their names and ultimate talents?
Pathetic.
If you do, then tell me, regarding killing, where do they stand? Are they okay with murder if it's for the greater good? Are they okay with murder if it guarantees their survival? Is where they currently stand on the issue the same as where they're willing to stand? Go on. You've had a couple hours to get to know everyone. That's plenty of time to learn their life stories, right? Should I take that as a no? Goodness, what a surprise.
Plot twist.
Not. You wouldn't be here all dressed up in that fancy suit if you were so naive.
Such a
Oh, and one more thing. That trial you just did, that was your preparation for the killing game.
Get out.
How? All you did was make us play detective.
Plot twist.
And for good reason. If one of you is killed, the remaining students will participate in the true class trial. Your objective is simple. Uncover the culprit if you can. Using evidence you've gathered during the investigation, you will argue who you believe committed the murder. The result will be decided by popular vote, and if you choose the right person, they alone will be executed, and the killing game will continue. However, if you choose the wrong person, the guilty party will be set free and the rest of you will be executed instead. Those are the rules of the game. Everyone understand? All of us will be executed? That's not fair.
Isn't this lovely?
Really? I think it's one of our most beautiful rules. Everyone has an incentive to participate in the game, innocent or otherwise.
What's happening?
That's insane. You're treating us like pigs to slaughter.
Such
nonsense. All of you have the chance to survive this game. Do you think the common butcher is so merciful? By the way, if no guilty party ever escapes, the killing game will end when there are only 2 students left. You may want to remember that, or maybe you don't care. It depends on what kind of person you are. Out of the 16 people here, only 2 would be allowed to survive?
No shot.
2 people. That's hardly better than if someone gets away with murder.
Well done.
I know, that's what makes it so funny. Most of you will die no matter what, and yet, with every passing trial, you'll all cling to life more desperately.
The show must go
And that
on.
exact mindset is what causes more murders to happen. Aren't these rules simply brilliant? A perfect test of the limits of human compassion.
I have an appetite.
I can't wait to see
for
all of you in
destruction.
action. I can't laugh. Laugh, evil laugh. Oh, Grace probably. The madman's loud tinnitus-inducing laughter was suddenly cut off by a well-timed strike from behind.
I've said it a million times, you mangy fucking mutt! I want nothing to do with this stupid game!
Ow, 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 ow! Stop it!
Since you've made it clear you won't listen to reason, I'll just make sure you have no arms to kill with!
Do you even listen to when I talk? I'm not the one doing the killing. It's you lot who are...
Grace drove her fist directly into his stomach. She followed it with another blow, and another, and when it looked like she wasn't going to be satisfied until he was dead, I saw it. From out of nowhere, a tiny red dot appeared on Grace's face.
Hey! Stop already! There's a...
But before we could do anything... Is she gonna die? Oh my god. Jesus. The sound of a gunshot echoed in our ears. And she's the example of... Oh wait, she's not dead, okay. Oh, she is dead. Grace released the man from her grip. Speechless, she moved her hand to her cheek, which had been nicked by the stray bullet. Okay, she's not dead. Who is that? What the fuck? She's bad, what the hell? We all looked in the direction the shot came from. The shooter stood silently by the pillar, a trail of smoke rising from the mouth of her rifle. Her mask. The design was a panther instead of a goat, but it was clear that she was working with... him. You shot at her!
For real?
This is getting out of hand. Now there are 2 of them. Everyone slowly backed away from Tozu, suddenly fearful for their lives. What a shocking and unnecessary display of violence. You think? I was talking about the golfer woman. Well, now that you've become acquainted with our enforcer, Mara, if any of you kids try to jeopardize the killing game, such as by attacking me, she'll be there to put an end to your shenanigans.
Pardon me.
Even though she missed her shots. That was just a warning. I assure you it'd be unwise to further test her sharpshooting ability.
In any case...
Regardless, I finally have an answer to your previous question. Meh? You asked me if I knew anything about my friends besides their names and talents.
No matter.
Truthfully, I don't. But I'll continue to trust them as if I do, because they're ultimates. Huh? They are charged with the betterment of society. They've proven themselves to be above simple acts of self-interest.
We will not succumb!
Even if you trap us, fire guns at us, and force us to endure farcical courtroom procedures. He's right. Grace was trying to compose herself, still clearly shocked by her run-in with death.
Don't test me.
No matter how weird these guys are, they're talented. Do you really think an ultimate would fall for this bullshit? That's right, my friends and I have too much to live for and too much to achieve. We won't throw all that away for your killing game.
Don't get it mixed up.
We're all going to escape. We have to. One by one, the students raised their voices in solidarity with Wolfgang. All of them were so confident in what they were saying, so willing to blindly put their faith in each other. And for some reason, it made me sick.
My.
Never underestimate the strength of human connection. I'm quite familiar with this idea.
Hi.
What kind of captain would I be if I can't even handle a small crew of 15? What is this horrible feeling of contempt? Why do I feel this way when everyone else seems so hopeful? The voice inside me was answered by another.
No.
You've got it all wrong. The students turned their attention towards Eva, surprised by her words. Eh? Do you actually believe no one here will try to kill? You're really naive. I don't know how you made it as a lawyer. Well, instead of resorting to random and hominin attacks, why don't you explain your reasoning?
It's the truth.
It's obvious. Compared to normal people, ultimates are more prone to killing, not less. Living with constant praise from the public has ruined our sense of self. If you need examples, just look around the room.
What a joke.
Excuse me? In the outside world, ultimates will do anything to further their own goals. The same is probably true here. Once you realize your dreams can only be achieved if you escape, you'll resort to murder.
Can't you see?
If you continue to convince all of these people to trust each other, they'll only be more vulnerable. Unless that was your plan all along? Is it possible you want to make everyone vulnerable? So that it will be easier for you to kill them? That's
enough.
That's enough. Okay, yeah. Suddenly Ingrid stepped in front of Wolfgang protectively. Wolfie's done nothing wrong. He's given all of us a vote of confidence. Yeah, it's something we all needed.
Please.
So stop trying to turn us against each other. Please. The horrible feeling grew stronger as the other students admonished Eva. It grew stronger and stronger, and I knew I had to say something. Eva's right. Huh?
No!
Damon, not you too.
I know.
Look, I get it. You want to make the situation less scary for everyone. But Eva made a good point. All of us have a clear motivation to leave this place, even at the cost of other people's lives. Whether it's to see our families again, or for the sake of our talents.
Don't say that!
No, I would never kill anybody.
That's not it.
Diana, you yourself admitted you had too much to achieve. Don't you see how that's playing into the masked man's hands? This whole we're all ultimates thing is pretty inane anyways. After meeting all of you, it's clear none of us have the same goals.
Hold on.
What are you insinuating? Don't we all carry the same obligation to improve the world we live in? His question angered me more than anything that had been said before. I could no longer suppress my true feelings.
That's wrong.
Look, the title barely means shit nowadays, alright? Most ultimates are just dullards obsessing over some pointless hobby. Their talents don't contribute anything of worth. The only thing they're capable of is leeching off public attention for their own goals. Ouch.
You've got to be kidding me.
Running a business that feeds millions is pointless?
No.
Some of you are an exception, obviously. But come on, there's no way the rest of you can improve the world we live in with your niche fixations.
That was very...
Don't you mean the rest of us? You're an ultimate too. Yeah, what the hell makes you so special? I could feel the words worming their way into my soul. What makes you so special? I can actually achieve many things with my talent. Okay, that's really a huge dick move to say. I can argue policy, consider ethics and morality. Yeah. Better yet, I was the one who got you guys through that trial.
Really?
Is that really what happened? I remember all of us helping out.
Shrimp?
Yo, I see what's going on. You think you're better than us just because you can say words nobody understands? Well, that kind of stuff is relative. Like, tell me what a dragster is, you know? Watch your step, lest you trip and fall from the unparalleled heights of your vanity.
Not good enough.
I'm disappointed in you. How are you so concerned about making yourself look good when you're in the middle of a death game?
The hell?
Wait, I wasn't trying to... It was no use. They turned against me, hurling obscenities, scowling, or simply shaking their heads.
Isn't this lovely?
Phew, do I sense anger? Hatred? An unquenchable sense of bloodthirst? Well, save that for later. I'm the only person who can spill blood in the courtroom. The elevator will take you back to the killing game arena. We've cleaned up the crime scene and prepared a dorm room for each of you.
Get lost.
Thanks. Now can you get lost?
Good evening.
Okay. He returned to his podium with the masked woman trailing closely behind. The bizarre mechanism that brought him into the room lowered the two of them into the ground and out of sight.
Hey.
Still, we're not going to kill anyone, right guys? No matter what happens, we're all going to make it out of here, okay? Okay. We're gonna get the classic shot of them looking at each other, like not knowing if they're gonna kill each other. It was only when the madman had left that reality truly began to set in. Oh, there we go. Yeah, the shot. I'm trapped in a killing game with people who despise me. How did this happen? I just wanted to help. I wanted to make sure we didn't trust each other too easily. And now I'm being treated like the bad guy. Will these people practice what they preach? Will they really refuse to kill? I can't trust anyone here. For better or for worse, it's me versus them. So cute, the beginning of the end. The beginning of an unfathomable nightmare, an unrelenting despair. Oh, despair. The beginning of the killing game. And that's the prologue. Woo! 16 students left. To be continued. A classic to be continued